sterilizer that kills mold in your ductwork and over 100 viruses, including the coronavirus. Visit them online at CarolinaQualityAir.com.
This is a public notice. Only Discount Mattress and Furniture, 1501 Evans Street in Greenville. Every single item must be sold at pennies on the dollar. All wood chest, $99. Computer desk, $99. Nightstands, $49. Dinette sets, table and 4 chairs, $199. Chairs, end tables, coffee tables, $20. Bedroom suits, living room suits, up to 75% off. Regular mattresses sets, regular $500. Today, $200. Discount Mattress and Furniture, 1501 Evans Street in Greenville. Winning is not everything, it's the only thing.
Come and explore great shopping in downtown Washington at Naughty Life. Hi, this is Gina from Naughty Life, and new fall merchandise is arriving every day, featuring all the new Yeti products, like the loadout buckets and waterproof dry duffel bags. We have new fall clothes for men, women, and children. At Naughty Life, we have something perfect for any occasion, like new jewelry and a great selection of sunglasses from Costa, Reflect, and RCI. Visit Naughty Life on Main Street in historic downtown Washington, and like us on Instagram and Facebook.
If you are push mowing your yard using an inefficient lawn tractor, or your current zero-turn spends more time in the shop than mowing your grass, it's time you look at a Hustler zero-turn lawnmower. Residential mowers from Hustler are built like tanks and drive like sports cars. All Hustler mowers have fabricated, welded steel decks. Don't settle on cheap units with flimsy stamped decks from big box stores. Come see Ron Ayers Motorsports. It will guide you to the right mower for your property and your budget. Find us at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11 north of the airport in Greenville.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
You can paint this one purple!
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, welcome in to a Football Friday and a Free Beer Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios, coming to you today on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930. And you can find us online, pr927fm.com. If you'd like to watch the show and chime in, you can do so on Facebook Live and on YouTube. We are there for you. If you have any questions, comments, want to talk some Pirate football, we'll talk NFL in hour 2 and a lot of other topics on today's show. Coming up later on this hour, we'll hear from East Carolina defensive coordinator Blake Harrell. It's Pirates and Tigers of Memphis going at it Saturday at noon. We're with you 8 a.m. Saturday morning on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. We'll hear from Blake Harrell later this hour. Coming up at 4 o'clock, our weekly NFL chat with Tony Dunn, CarolinaCatChronicles.com, the Cam Newton super fan, and Cam Newton is back with the Carolina Panthers. We'll talk about that, make our Week 10 picks coming up at 4 o'clock. In the 5 o'clock hour, the voice of Dowdy Ficklin Stadium and Minges Coliseum, Morgan Ehlers joins us. We'll talk Pirate football and Pirate hoops, and Brian North will get you ready for your football weekend coming up in hour 3 as well. We will make you a winner. We've got a Free Beer Friday giveaway today. Busch Light Apple is on the line. We'll have you call in our hour number 3, and you can be a big winner. So a lot going on. It is Ladies' Day. In Studio B, we've got Shirley Rhodes and Jenny Sheldon today in the producer's chair. What's up, ladies? How we doing?
What's up? What's up, Clipper?
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Hey, Coach Smith.
Hey.
Let me introduce the guest, Jenny.
I just got here.
Joining us today is Coach Rick Smith. Coach, good to see you, man.
Good to be back.
Last week you were not with us, but you were watching some football.
Yeah, I spent 9 years at the University of Kentucky, and we've got a lot of friends up there. And my son, who played football here at
South Central,
yeah. He's up there as a football manager. And so we went up to see him and, went to the ball game with friends, stayed with friends. And, it's just a great place. We loved it there. And, Dylan's all excited. He gets to run out on the field with them. And, of course, the equipment manager, Tom Kalinowski's been there for 100 years. Tom was there when I was there. And he works those managers to death. But Dylan's having a great time.
That's awesome. And for me growing up in the 90s, Kentucky had some good years with Tim Couch, and those were your years, right?
Yeah.
And, you still had to compete, and you know this more than me, but with all the big boys in the SEC.
Yeah.
But, they are very relevant right now in the SEC, and I was pulling for them to get that win over Tennessee. It was a good back-and-forth game, but they've developed a really good football program with Coach Stoops, and you said they've put some money into it, right?
Phew, they have. It's hard to even recognize the football area campus. The roads are different. Of course, there's 3 or 4 brand new dorms that are just state of the art, and the football facility's nothing like it was when I was there. It's of course it's been 21 years, something like that. I left there in '96, so 24, 25 years ago. But it's just a beautiful place this time of year. All the leaves are changing, and it's cool. And they've got, I can't remember where I heard it, but somebody told me that their facilities were as good as anybody's in the SEC. Now, when I was there, that wasn't the case.
Right.
But they have put a lot of money into it. And, that's how you recruit. With facilities.
When you were there, Toby Smith and Rick Pitino and them were getting all the money, I would imagine.
Yeah. I loved watching basketball when Rick Pitino was there. Of course, we got free tickets to the Coliseum, and
they were pressing and playing full court and up and down, and
it was a very exciting time to be there for basketball.
Well, you saw a football game. You didn't see a lot of defense. If you wanted to see defense, you should have stuck around here. Coach.
Yeah.
Because East Carolina gave up just 3 points last week to the Temple Owls. Another great performance by this defense. Nearly had a shutout, Coach, and lost it in the fourth quarter. But great performance by that side of the ball. And the offense played well enough to have our first blowout victory of 2021.
Well, I've just noticed, as the year, just like you have, as the years progressed, how the defense has gotten better and better and better. And, we're getting turnovers.
Yeah.
And we're getting turnovers and scoring. And I've always, because I was a defensive coach, I've always felt like you win championships on defense. And you go back and look at the great teams, it's always been, always had a great defense. I could be wrong, but I can't think of anybody that didn't play good defense that won a national championship.
Well, look at the number 1 team in the country this year, Georgia. They don't have super offensive numbers, but they just smother you defensively.
Yeah.
I was talking to Tony Collins, Pro Bowl running back, ECU Hall of Famer, and I brought you up, Coach, because we were talking about East Carolina. They've had back-to-back 100-yard rushers. It was Rajay Harris 2 games ago, Keaton Mitchell last week. And I said, Tony, Coach Smith says it, and it's the same when you played back in the 70s, 80s. You run the ball, and you stop the run, play good defense, you win games. It don't matter how many changes there are in football, Coach. That's always going to be the case.
That's the case. If you can run the football and you can stop the run, I promise you're going to win a season every year.
And the Pirates have been able to do those things right now. Now, the challenge coming up in Memphis. But before we get there, Coach, I know you like numbers. How about this one? East Carolina is 6th in the country. So out of all the FBS teams, only 5 teams are better than ECU on third down defense. The Pirates right now are holding teams to 29% on third down. Now, I'm not going to look at what we are offensively on third down because it might be it might be worse. But defensively, to be 6th in the nation on third downs, man, that's a fantastic stat.
That is a great stat. That was one of my goals every week and at the end of the year on third down to be 70% successful on third down. And I had it broken down, third and 1 to 2, 50% was our goal. Third and medium, 4, 5, and 6 was 60%, and then anything over 9 yards was 70%. We should win, and we stress that with our kids, and the most important play or down to me was always first down because first down dictates second down and third down. But when it came to third down, my players always knew what to expect, and they were going. Well, they had to do it or they'd get ripped.
As you watch football now, Coach, you'll see teams go for it more on fourth down. And Shirley, do we have Mike Houston from the press conference this week? He was actually asked about that because Memphis went for it 8 times on fourth down last week against SMU. And Mike Houston talked about that. East Carolina's so good defensively on third down, but they might have to stop them on 4 downs this week. This is Cut 8, Shirley. He talked about Memphis and SMU last week. Memphis went for it 8 times.
Well, I mean, I think that especially playing a team like SMU, because Coach Dykes, he's a big analytics guy, and the analytics stuff sometimes some of those guys that put that stuff together, it's easy to sit in an office and say we should go for it on fourth down right here. Well, that guy's job's not on the line. I think there's a lot of variables that go into when's a good time to take a risk and when's not. We've been very aggressive on fourth down this year. But there are times that I choose to not, go for it on fourth down. There's so many variables. I think that Memphis went into that game last week deciding they were going to be extremely aggressive. They were very aggressive. It worked out for them a lot. Now, the one that they went for it with about a minute and a half to go and didn't get it and gave SMU the ball at midfield. I mean, that was a dicey call right there that could have bit them in the rear end. It didn't. Their defense came through and got the stop. But I think it's something each coach has got to evaluate, and it's a thing where Donnie and I are on the same page each week when we go into the ball game, and we talk. Usually we talk on second down. After he sends in the second down play call, I tell him kind of what I'm thinking right there. That way, he knows before the third down call whether he's got a fourth down or not. Because those variables are important. I just think it's something that you gotta kind of have a feel for, and you got to kind of know your team. But the situation is different every single week, and it's different every single game. Certainly, I think that was a big factor in that game last week for Memphis because they converted some big fourth downs, and their receivers really, a lot of them were, kind of jump balls down the sideline where their receivers made great plays over the SMU DBs, and I think that's. That you have players like that are going to make those plays. That gives you a lot of confidence.
All right, there is Mike Houston talking about Memphis going for it 8 times on fourth down. ECU has been really good on offense on fourth downs this year. But, Coach, you see third down plays and you get a stop and the players kind of celebrate, hold up the fists, signifying fourth down and starting to jog off the field. Well, now you really can't do that. You might have to stick around for one more play because more teams are going for it these days.
But, the years, of course, I haven't coached in 4 years, but most of the offensive coordinators that I worked with, like if we're in the game, they would say, Rick, what about going for it on fourth down? Because it puts the defense.
I was going to ask you, is there a conversation between the coaches? Yeah.
Usually they would, hey, Rick, what do you think about us going for it on fourth down?
If they don't get it, it puts you in a tougher spot.
They would usually ask.
Yeah, interesting.
And I would say usually yes or no. And I said yes more than I ever said no. Now, if the head coach, he's involved too. But
he overrules everybody.
He overrules everybody, but I always assumed that if the offensive coordinator's asking me, he's already asked the head coach.
Right. So you're inclined to kind of say, yeah. Well, so what would make you say no in that situation?
Well, if they were, say on the, I don't know, 35 going in or something like that, or if they had a long way to go to score, hell, let them go for it.
Yeah.
Get after them. But if it's fourth down and 2 or 3 yards, and you can, if you don't get it, well, you just lost 3 points because you didn't kick a field goal. But it all depends on the kind of the feeling you have for the game.
Right.
How's the defense playing? How's the offense playing? And if we were playing really good, I'd say go for it.
Mm-hmm. Rick Smith joining us inside the Pirate Radio studios. Coach, East Carolina 1 win away from going back to a bowl game for the first time since 2014, which is a long time ago. Shirley, let's hear the Troy question to Mike Houston again. because I do have something. I meant to have this yesterday. Forgot about it. Thanks for reminding me, Redbeard, on Twitter. I've got Troy D arguing with Troy D. We'll get to that after this. But first, here is Troy's question to Mike Houston about getting to win number 6.
Coach, you guys said the team goals before the season. You're on the verge of accomplishing one of those with one more win. How much do you guys talk about that this week as far as motivating the team to try and get to that accomplishment, to be able to extend the season for post-game? How, a lot of people are talking about that as fans in the media. What about with you and the team? How much is that being addressed right now?
0. None. We're playing Memphis. That's it.
Coach, we're going to talk about it for 3 straight hours, but as a head coach, I get it, right? You don't want to put any added pressure and things like that. You just focus on the opponent. I'm sure you know exactly what he's saying there, right?
Well, what happens is, you start talking about it or you mention it, then the kids are looking at the schedule. Well, who we got next week?
What if we don't get it this week? Yeah.
Next week. And they start looking ahead. And, the old saying is one game at a time, one play at a time. And I've been in those situations, where, if we win out, we're going to a bowl game, and you talk about it as a staff a little bit, what do we got to do? But as coaches, you're pretty much the same way. You're so focused on winning the next game and preparing for that game. You don't have time to think about, where you're going.
The players are talking about it amongst themselves anyway. So, there's no need for the coach to add it to the pregame speech or anything,
Amen.
right? Yeah.
So it's kind of funny to be retired now and hear, these coaches saying, we ain't talking about a bowl game. Well, I promise you the players are.
Yeah. Well, Coach, if I asked you this after practice one day while you were coaching, you just said, oh, we ain't talking about that.
Yep.
You used to lie to me all the time. It's a unspoken agreement we have that you're not going to give me the whole truth out there, right?
About that.
All right, so let's hit this, Shirley. Do you got the Troy D? So Monday, Troy D was in here, and he wants everybody to relax, calm down. Just don't. Why are we worried about a bowl? One win at a time. And then 2 days later on Wednesday, he seemed to change his tune a little bit. So should we talk about the bowl? Should we not? Let's hear Troy D argue with Troy D about this.
But I'll say this, man. Kind of like I said, I've said this earlier in the year. Sunday I had friends calling me and contacting me. Which bowl do you think we're going to? Let's make our plans now. I'm like, first of all, here's my thing. Calm down, everybody. Take a deep breath. Geez, after a 7-year drought, that's something to be proud of around here.
It is.
I would think you'd want to embrace it and talk about it, right? There's a lot of football yet to be played. Let's take it one game at a time and evaluate it at the end of the season. It is a big deal because it hasn't happened in so long here that it would be, and we're on the verge of it happening. It wasn't like this is the first press conference of the year. We're at the week where this could happen this week. It could happen Saturday. Now, I want us to be at a bowl, but I think let's just slow down, calm down, and let's just get one more win. First of all, everybody within this fan base and everybody that's a Pirate supporter so hungry for success and wanting to at least get bowl eligible this year. I want to be even keel. Yes. I would think you'd want to embrace it and talk about it, right? Calm down. This could happen this week, but I got to tap the brakes a little bit. And you know me, usually I'm the one that's going nuts. Take a deep breath. I feel I've been consistent this year.
All right, there's Troy D this week. It's making people crazy. We don't know how to act now that we're one win away from a bowl game. Calm down, but at the same time, talk about it and embrace it all the time. I'm confused now at how we're supposed to act. But, Coach, all I know is one win away. And, look, we know the schedule. If you don't get it this week, you got to face the triple option in Annapolis. If you don't get it that week, you got to face a team that might be in the playoff this year.
Well, it could happen, but it may not happen. I mean, we could lose 3 in a row, too. Nobody's talking about that.
Yeah, we don't want to think about that.
I mean, you stop and think about it now. You got to go to Memphis.
You're an underdog in that game.
Memphis has won 4 at home and lost 1.
Yeah.
So they know how to win at home.
30-3 in their last 33 home games.
So, I mean, Navy's always tough. I mean, of course, I think, what'd you tell me they were now? They've won
2-7.
So they've won 2. And, but, Annapolis isn't a real tough trip. I mean, it's a good place to play. It's not hostile. I mean, we could go up there and win that one, but we could go up there and lose that one because you never know what you're going to get from Navy. And if you lose those two, then you got to play Cincinnati. That's going to be a tough win. Of course, now last year I thought they were going to blow us out, and we played them great the first half, and then, didn't play them quite as well the second half. But, we could lose the next three. We could win the next three. We could win 1, 2. Hell, you don't know.
You got a lot of options.
That's why they keep score.
Yes, sir. That's why we're going to kick it off on Saturday at noon at the Liberty Bowl. Let's take a time out. We'll come back. We'll have more with Coach Rick Smith here on a Friday. And still to come on today's show, a lot of guests. And Busch Light Apple, a 12-pack on the line. Limited edition. It can be yours in hour number 3 of Pirate Radio Live. We got a lot more to go. We're back with you after this.
Eastern North Carolina's choice for window tinting, signs, graphics, wraps, graphic design, and more is Signs and Tint. Signs and Tint is family owned and operated right here in Greenville, and their NC licensed electricians specialize in vehicle wraps, paint protection film, and more. They can even do building signs for your business. Signs and Tint offers 10% off for military and first responders. Also, make sure to mention Pirate Radio at checkout for a discount. Stop by their office today at 801 Staten Road or visit them online at signsandtint.com.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates in ENC. Open 7 days a week. Plus, the Buck has live music every night, along with football. The Buck has a brand new 15-foot 4K screen, the only one in Greenville, and over 18 big screens with all your college and pro action. Sunday Fun Day will also be stocked with the biggest Bloody Mary and Mimosa bar, along with the NFL Sunday Ticket and food trucks out back. Check out the Buccaneer Music Hall. Open every day, noon until 2 a.m., with live music every night, and now football and food trucks during the day.
Did you know time spent outdoors can help improve your children's health and bring balance to their life? The Outdoor Heritage Advisory Council invites you to join the Patch program. This program is for any child under the age of 16 and includes activities like fishing, hunting, and hiking. These are just one of the many ways you can earn the exclusive patches from the Outdoor Heritage Council. For more information on how to sign up and get your adventure started, visit outdoorheritage.nc.gov.
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit QualityEquip.com.
Hey Pirate fans, your one-stop shop for all your tailgate essentials is Shimmer Boutique. Need some purple and gold to wear? Shimmer has a great selection of clothing for men, women, and children. Need some shoes? Shimmer has the best selection of Hey Dudes around. Need a cooler for tailgating? Shimmer has you covered with a huge selection of Yeti and outdoor accessories. Shimmer, just 1 minute from the stadium on Greenville Boulevard behind Starbucks and in Winterville and Jacksonville. Find us online at shimmerboutiqueonline.com. Go Pirates!
Tired and sluggish? Down in the dumps? Or just have the blahs? Maybe you need to hydrate. Revive Health and Wellness on East 10th Street in Greenville offers IV hydration that can help you with lack of energy, improve your mood, assist with immunity, even fix a hangover. Locally owned and operated, the team at Revive Health and Wellness are experienced and licensed registered nurses that will assist you in preparing for your IV session. Call or text today with questions or to set an appointment with Revive Health and Wellness. 252-350-1805. That's 252-350-1805.
Mercer Glass is clearly different.
Hi, this is Todd Mitchum with Mercer Glass, Eastern North Carolina's most complete glass company. Mercer Glass specializes in windows, shower doors, auto glass, and mirrors. We can install or repair almost anything made of glass in your home or business. So give us a call at Mercer Glass. That's 752-5101. That's 752-5101.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard, across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
Hey everybody, this is David Glenn, and you're listening to my favorite station in Eastern North Carolina, Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Yeah. Here we go.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Vacation sponsor right here in our very own backyard. Take a trip to a state park and enjoy traditional camping, RV space, and also air-conditioned cabins. They can be rented with Wi-Fi. If you're by a lake, be sure to check out opportunities to rent a canoe or kayak and get on the water. Your next adventure is right around the corner. For more information, please visit ncstateparks.gov. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
Alrighty, back with you here on Pirate Radio Live. The East Carolina-Memphis series dates back to 1990. They have played 23 times, and the Pirates have the advantage, 15 wins to 8 wins. Memphis has won 2 in a row. Coach Rick Smith here, and Coach, I think about this series kind of going back to the 2000s, and it's just crazy to me how it's just tough for these teams particularly to win and win consistently, because Memphis at a time was good. I remember they had D'Angelo Williams in the early 2000s, beat the Pirates 3 times in a row. I remember a game where y'all went to the Liberty Bowl and ECU scored 56 points. Chris Johnson had over 300 yards, and y'all beat them that day. So it's been kind of an up and down series. Memphis has been the better program of late, but East Carolina catching up back with them. It's been kind of a up and down for both of these football programs over the years.
Yeah, in Memphis, I remember, my first trip to Memphis was 1977, and I was at Georgia Tech.
Was that the Liberty Bowl? Was the same stadium?
Same
then?
one. It was fairly new at the time.
Mm-hmm.
How many years was that? 77. Golly, 23.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago, about 50 years ago.
40 and some change.
40-something. Oh, yeah. It was. Then the way the stadium's a little bit different than your standard stadium, and I thought it was really a pretty stadium.
Not so great memories playing in the Liberty Bowl postseason against your Kentucky Wildcats and Arkansas those back-to-back years. Man, two great defensive performances, but just didn't get those wins. You want to rehash those memories at all? Some cold days there.
The coldest I've ever been.
I've heard everybody that went to that game say that.
Was the Arkansas game.
Yeah.
I had everything on they could issue. And, God, it was cold. Of course, Memphis, there's usually a breeze. I mean, and it was the wind was blowing really good. And, God, it was cold.
East Carolina heading back to Memphis. Coach, I don't know how much you like numbers. I don't know how much you get into point spreads, but East Carolina only a 5.5 point underdog in this game. I think shows a lot of respect to the Pirates as to how well they have played of late, and even the games they've lost in conference play. The narrow defeat to UCF, the narrow defeat at Houston. Even though they lost those games, they've been in these road conference games this year.
Well, I think I've always felt like that. I watch, we've had a good offense last year. We just weren't very good on defense. And we had a pretty good offense 2 years ago. But you got to have a great defense, and I think Blake Carroll's done a great job here. I mean, I've seen them improve this year each game, and they are playing with so much more confidence. You can see the confidence in the way those kids play when they run off the field, after stopping somebody.
2017, Memphis scored 70 on East Carolina. Yeah. 2018, 59.
Yeah.
How shocked would you be if you see anything close to those scores this week? I'd be shocked.
I'll be shocked.
So
I think it'll be a tough game. we're going to have to play great on defense, and the offense cannot turn the ball over.
Yeah. Got to keep those possessions. Memphis plays really good at home. We've talked about that. Cut 9, Shirley. Mike Houston talked about how well the Tigers play there at the Liberty Bowl.
Well, it's tough to win on the road in this league. I mean, we all know that. Especially, Memphis has a great home environment there at the Liberty Bowl. It's going to be a tough venue for us to go and try to get a win there. But we've just got to prepare to play the best that we can. We've got to have great energy on the sidelines from our players that are traveling with us. Got to have great focus. I'm sure that we'll have a good contingency of fans that will make the trip also. And so it's no different than when we went to Marshall or any other road game this year. We just got to have that mentality of what we're going into.
Coach, some of these coaches we face, from your days coaching, a younger head coach in Ryan Silverfield. He has been with UCF and Memphis dating back to 2006. Do you know that name at all?
I know the name, but I don't know him personally.
Yeah, younger guy. But he leads the Tigers now. Of course, Justin Fuente, who was the coach, now at Virginia Tech, head coach of the Hokies. One more thing, we're talking about the growth of the defense, and Mike Houston addressed that this week. Cut 7, Shirley. Here's what he had to say about this defense and the improvements they've made.
Well, I think it's a culmination thing. These guys, we said at the beginning of the year, every week they're going to play better because they're going to get that much more experience. And when you're front, there are a bunch of guys that are, for the most part, second-year players. They're still improving week to week. I think that's part of it. I think just the comfort, familiarity, confidence that everybody has in the scheme we're playing, because we're pretty diverse. We're probably as diverse as anybody in the country, as far as the different looks we show and different things we do. But the guys have a lot of confidence in knowing. They know their stuff, and they play fast with it. And I just think that allows you to play that much better each week, because you don't have a ton of busts, you don't have a bunch of MAs, and they're playing with a lot of confidence on that side of the football. So I just think it's a kind of a culmination thing. I think probably another piece is the depth we have on that side of the football allows us to stay pretty fresh throughout the game, and I think that is a big reason for some of the success we've had in the second half, over the last month in ball games.
All right, Mike Houston talking about how comfortable these players are with Blake Harrell and his defense, and this is year 2 of Blake Harrell, but more than anybody how important this is. That this was his first full off season. This was his first spring ball, so it's not year 1, but in a lot of ways it kind of is like year 1 for him.
And it's when they didn't have spring the year Blake was hired.
Right.
So he's got basically 21 practices to put his defense in, in the fall. Now, they changed the rules several years ago where, during the summer, you could meet with your kids, 2 hours a week during the, I think it was, you had 10 hours a week during the summer that you can work your kids' weight room and conditioning.
Like football.
Yeah, it's not football, but it's the weightlifting coach has them.
Yeah.
And you can meet with them, but you can't meet with them over 2 hours a week. So, we kind of did that, and it really helps during the summer, especially when you've got kids that are pretty good freshmen and they get there in June, where you can kind of teach that defense to them.
Yeah. We got a stat to consider, Shirley, from Jay on Facebook. He says,
stats to consider.
Memphis has turned the ball over 17 times and only gotten 7 turnovers on defense. ECU has 18 turnovers and has created 18 on defense. So ECU is 1-1 in turnover margin. According to Jay, I have to look this up, Memphis is way in the negative on turnovers. So,
well, when I'm bragging right now, but this is something that I'm very, very proud of. When we went to Tulane, they had not had a winning season in 23 years. I was with Tommy Bowden. Well, the first year we were there, we led the nation in interceptions with 27 or 28. And we led the nation in total turnovers with 42. Now, 42 42. I guess it was. I know it was 27 or 28 interceptions, and then I don't know 12 or 13 fumbles. But when you're getting turnovers, and I've said this before on the show, every time you get a turnover, you take a possession away from the opposing offense, and you give it to your offense, which. I used to tell the kids this. I said, "Would you rather have normal game? You get 12 tries, 12 series. Well, if you take it away from that team 3, they only got 9 now, and you just gave your guys 3 more. So your offense gets 15 attempts, and the other team gets 9. Hell, you ought to win."
And you can't control what your offense does, throwing interceptions or fumbling. But did you have a goal on what you wanted your turnover margin to be? Every week or at the end of the year, +2, +4.
Every game we wanted 3 turnovers. Now, some people like if a fourth down stop to me is a turnover.
Yeah,
that was a fourth time. The regular turnovers plus a fourth down stop to me is a turnover.
Rick Smith joining us here, Coach. Let's get your, prediction time. How you feeling about this week? You do have one. You were looking at common opponents. Now, if you only go by that. You're going to like the Pirates' chances this weekend, right?
That's what I was looking at. We played Temple, and I think we won that one 45-3.
Last week, while you were at Kentucky, we were putting the beat down on the Temple House.
I didn't get to watch that.
Yeah.
But now Temple got beat by Memphis.
Or Temple beat Memphis.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yep, Temple beat Memphis. And then UCF, we lost by
a nail biter, 4. Yeah.
And Central Florida beat them Memphis, by 17.
So
it's close.
That's not the only thing you can go by, but if you go by that, you feel pretty good. Now, Memphis is at home. They've been really good there. Also, we love to point out trends, Coach. I think they went. So did they go 3-0 and then 0-3? They were on some kind of weird trend this year.
They beat Nicholls State 42-17. They beat Arkansas State 55-50. They beat Mississippi State at home.
That was a big one.
31-29.
So they started 3-0, and then
they lost to they lost to Texas El Paso. Texas San Antonio. They lost that by 3. Then they lost to Temple. Then they lost to Tulsa. Then they beat Navy. They lost to Central Florida. They beat SMU.
That was last week. So they went 3 wins, 3 losses, win, loss, win. So they've been. In fact, we talked to a writer of theirs at the Memphis Commercial Appeal, and I described him as schizophrenic. He said inconsistent is a word you could use for that team.
Well, they're 4-1 at home.
You're right. They have been good at home.
And they're 1-3 on the road. So I wish we were playing them here.
Yes, sir. I agree with that. So how many points do the Pirates need to win this? What kind of score are you thinking on Saturday?
I think we need to score mid-30s.
Yeah. Because as good as our defense has been, Memphis, they're going to get theirs.
Well, they're scoring 32 points a game, which is 39th in the nation. Their defense is giving up 29 points, which is 92nd in the nation. So their offense is better than their defense.
All right. You think we can pull it out?
Yes.
Okay.
I think our kids on defense are having fun. You can watch it, when they run off the sideline. They're having fun. They're confident. The offense is playing. Now, if our offense can play turnover-free and we can get our 3 turnovers, then we're going to win the game. Remember I said that. Our offense does not turn it over, and we get 3, we'll win the game.
That's a W for the Pirates. And I'll bring this up too, Coach, before we let you go. My Braves won the World Series, and there was a lot of talk about how everybody in the clubhouse gets along and how, the coaches, the players, it's like a family atmosphere. Tony Collins said yesterday that an old coach told him, you don't have to like your teammate, but you got to love them. Kind of like family. And, I don't know how much that matters, but, man, it can't hurt when everybody is on the same page. And this team, I feel like, we hear the players say it every Monday, they have really bought in to what Mike Houston's doing, and that translates to the field, right? I mean, you can speak to that.
I think Coach Houston's probably done, I think Coach Houston's done a good job with his staff, and I think if your staff likes each other, kids can see that.
That's kind of an underrated thing that we don't think about.
If
right?
your staff is close, and it usually the team's close. Now I've been on a staff for sometime where offense, some of those guys didn't particularly get along with some of us. The kids can tell that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you. A kid may come up to a coach, you really don't like him, do you?
That's not good. Yeah.
I was at, Elliot Uselak had been the head coach at Navy. Elliot was hired my last couple of years at Kentucky. And now we were good friends. Elliot actually tried to hire me at Navy one time. Well, we're at practice, and we're scrimmaging, and he did something I didn't like, and I said something to him, and he said something to me. Now, Coach Curry was kind of over there, 50 or 60 yards away, but, we're getting chest to chest. Of course, I'm a little bitty guy. He'd have killed me. But Bill came over there and separated us.
Oh, wow.
And we're fixing to duke it out. I probably got killed. That doesn't help.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to tell you what. The defense responded to me standing up for them.
Yeah.
Now, the offense, we had a great scrimmage after that.
Bet.
They were trying to kill each other, taking up for Coach Smith and Coach Uselak.
You might need to plan one of those just to get the team going once in a while, but that's interesting.
Yeah.
Coach, appreciate you coming in and hanging out, man.
Always enjoy it.
All right, we'll be with you next Friday if you're around.
Yeah, I'm going to be here.
All right, we're going to have to break down how to defend the option next week, so get your notes ready for that.
Well, I'll try.
All right, good deal. Rick Smith hanging out inside the Pirate Radio studios, former ECU defensive coordinator. We'll hear from the current Pirate coordinator, Blake Harrell, and what he had to say earlier this week when we return on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Emporium presents A Very Beer Christmas.
'Tis the season to be drinking. Fa la 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 la.
Give the gift of beer this holiday season. Emporium is offering a special 12 Beers of Christmas box. 12 Beers of Christmas is a specialty curated 12-pack of beers from different breweries. The 12 Beers of Christmas will have many styles and lots are limited release. One beer for each day up to Christmas. Stop by Emporium today on Dickinson Avenue and also on Facebook and Instagram.
Hello, this is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now's the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage at historically low rates. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250, Equal Housing Lender.
This year, US Cellular is making a big deal out of the holidays. You can choose any phone from any brand free. That's right, any phone you see in our store is free. And get unlimited data for our best price of the season. Just $30 a month per line with 4 lines. Feel the locally grown joy from US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Limited time offer. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Now that life is returning to normal, we have found a lot of good things that came from the pandemic. One of them is not having to go to the wireless store anymore. The Cellular Warehouse team has been in the business of delivering phones to your home and office for 20 years. People found out about our free delivery service and love the ease of getting a new phone, tablet, or hotspot. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 so you can start experiencing the joy of never going to a wireless store again. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities. Hey, Pirate fans, Derek Pizzeni from Carolina Wealth Management. Are you a fiduciary? That's a question every investor should ask their advisor. A fiduciary is an individual who acts in the best interest of a particular person or beneficiary. Is your advisor a fiduciary? You should know it's your money. At Carolina Wealth Management, we do things differently from other investment firms. To learn more about the benefits of working with a fiduciary advisor, visit mycarolinawealth.com. That's mycarolinawealth.com.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Hey Pirate Nation, be sure you have the best comfortable shoes this tailgate season with a stop at Fleet Feet. This is ECU alum Chris Lunyon, owner of Fleet Feet of Greenville, and we provide solutions through one-on-one service to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Fleet Feet has the tools and technology to get you on the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Come visit us on Greenville Boulevard in the public shopping center right near the stadium. Be sure to run with us on Facebook and Instagram. Fleet Feet, we run for you. Go Pirates!
This is Big John Williams, strength and conditioning coach for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Need some beer for the weekend? The Jarvis Street Bottle Shop near Christie's Europub is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews along with wine and growlers. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings featuring rotating North Carolina craft breweries along with live music and discounts. Stop by Tuesday through Sunday or check out the Jarvis Street Bottle Shop on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
All right, Shirley Rhodes. Let's real quick play your least favorite game. Guess the line.
I hate this game. I hate this game so much.
I'll give you some background information.
Okay.
East
All right. That's
Carolina basketball, they were a 22-point favorite against South Carolina State. Kind of went down to the wire. I mean, you always felt like East Carolina was going to win, but nowhere close to covering that number. Canisius was a 15-point dog to Miami. I think the U ended up winning by 10 or so.
Okay.
So tonight, Canisius is in Minges Coliseum to take on East Carolina. What do you think the line of that game is?
I hate this game
I know
so
you hate
much.
it.
I really do because I suck at numbers. I'm going to go 27.5. I told you, I suck at these numbers.
I didn't think it would be that high. I thought it would be higher than it is, and it concerns me that it is as low as it is. East Carolina is only a 5-point favorite tonight.
Come on. Canisius?
You're only 22.5 off. 5-point favorite to Canisius. That makes me tremble a little bit.
Okay, see, this is why I don't do numbers. I don't do lines. I don't do
I'll say this.
pick'ems. I don't do any of that stuff because I suck at this game.
I thought it would be closer to your line than to mine than to the actual line. So,
Right.
I don't know.
Well, that's
man.
fair.
All right, well, we'll see what happens tonight. Minges Coliseum. I'm gonna miss this one. Clip Rock Jr. will be there though, so there will be a Clip Rock in the building, just not me. Coming up tonight at 7:00.
Okay, that's fair.
Let's get to continue on our Bud Light ECU report, brought to you by Bud Light. Don't forget, bright and early, 8 a.m. If you're out heading to breakfast or enjoying a nice Saturday in Eastern North Carolina, tune in to the Bud Light pregame tailgate because we'll be with you 8 o'clock to noon, and we'll be enjoying some CD's Grill
I'm looking forward to that. I haven't
Shirley
done
missed
that
out
yet.
last week.
Yeah, I missed that last week. So now I have had CD's Grill, but I've had their lunch. I haven't had their breakfast stuff.
Oh man!
So I've heard great things about it. So I'm looking forward to that.
Do you like sausage?
Well, if I like sausage, but if you had me at either bacon or sausage, I'll choose bacon before I pick
Bacon will be an option.
Okay, so
But I do have a
I
question.
do eat sausage, but
Follow-up question.
okay.
Do you prefer link sausage or patty sausage?
Ooh, depends on how it's cooked.
All right. Tough to get an answer out of Shirley.
But I would tend to lean more towards the link.
The link sausage biscuits that CD's Grill have are incredible.
Really?
And I am really looking forward to
Well,
that.
then I will definitely have to try one of those.
Coming up.
I may have to stick some bacon in there.
Or you could pull a little West and have 5 of them.
No, I can't do that.
I mean, it was incredible.
No,
Yeah.
because due to my illness last week, I did drop a few pounds, and I'm trying to keep that
All right. Way to-
that trajectory. So I can't eat 5 sandwiches. I just can't do it.
Way to look at the bright side of your illness from a week
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
All right, let's hear from Pirate defensive coordinator Blake Harrell. He met with the media earlier this week and talked about the win over Temple, looked ahead to Memphis. Here's how it sounded.
Yeah, a lot of firepower. The receiver's really, really good. Calvin Austin obviously leads our conference in yards, receptions, all a bunch of numbers. So and he can fly around. I think he's up for a couple awards nationally. He's the number one guy that stands out to you, and rightfully so. Seth Hennigan, the quarterback, doing a really nice job. You think a freshman quarterback, he's not playing anywhere close to a freshman. Got really good numbers and does a really nice job running their offense. I think he missed the UCF game. A game that they didn't win, so I think they're feeling good about having him back, and he does a nice job with the RPOs down the field. The tailbacks, whether it's Thomas, who missed last week, we expect him to be back though, or Clark, or any of the other guys. They're all kind of replicas of each other, just physical downhill runners that can hit the zone up in there and do a nice job with that. And the other wideouts as well. Dykes, the tight end, really good tight end, maybe one of the better ones in the league, if not the best. 13 on the other side is a really good receiver as well. So you got your hands full in all aspects, and they put up some numbers. I think about 130 on the ground, over 300 passing, 400 something a game, 30 something points a game. So a lot like everybody else in the league, firepower. But they're right up there with the top guys.
The way you guys have been playing lately, though, do you kind of relish this challenge of, hey, this is a big-time test, let's play our brand of ball and see what happens?
I think our players do. Our players are excited to go play anybody and everybody in our conference and play the top guys in our conference, and Memphis certainly is. And just let it go. Just let it ride and go play our ball. And how hard can we play? With how much effort can we play? How physical can we play? With 11 hats to the ball and create turnovers and do the things we do and see where it falls. So they're excited about it. They're up for the challenge. They're preparing every single day, whether it's in the meeting rooms. They're off time on the practice field. They're doing a nice job getting ready for Memphis.
Kind of going off of that, last weekend, Temple posed a kind of different defense, slowed everything down, and really took y'all a minute to figure out what play y'all were going to run. How did they respond to that, and then the difference this week?
Yeah, you got two totally different aspects of the spectrum here. You got Temple was huddle, take their time, ball control, where I think 25% of the plays from Memphis, or if not more, are tempo. How fast can we get lined up, run the next snap, especially with the made first down. So they're going to be that's really quick. So we got to have it in. The kids got to get set, get lined up. They don't have much time to kind of take a look at the picture. They got to get ready to play. So different challenges, and you got to be ready for. Obviously Temple was last week. This week's Memphis, so a whole different week of practicing tempo, getting lined up. Just the little things that come with tempo. So ready for that.
You said earlier in the year that you prepare for any quarterback that can potentially be in the game. For an unfortunate circumstance, they ended up playing 2 quarterbacks. It looked to us as your team responded well. How did you feel like they responded well to the change?
Yeah, so you always got to be prepared for that. It's no different this week. Seth Hennigan, you expect to be the guy. Parrish started the game against UCF and did a really nice job. Was LSU transfer, so very high talented kid. I thought last week our guys handled that really well. Just prepare for one guy most of the week. We did prepare for the other guy, and the other guy got in the ball game, and the kids handled that really, really well and knew the game plan there, and did a nice job executing it.
They've gone for it on 4th
that something you kind of are aware of going into the game? Hey, there might be some big fourth down.
Yeah, they've probably won the game last week. If you look back and how they were successful last week and what they did to win the ball game, I think they were 5 out of 8 on fourth down, and I think they've converted a 4th and 11, 4th and 12. The biggest one we saw, everyone sees the one on Sports Center was the trick play and hit the tight end down the middle for a score. So if they, SMU will probably look at those stops and say, if we got those stops, or just half of those stops, we have a chance to win the game. So we got to prepare those. On third down, you got to keep in mind as players, as coaches, that this might be 4-down territory. And last week there was a lot of places on the field with 4-down territory for them. So we got to always be prepared for that, and be mindful of that within how we prepare for things, how we're doing things. And then when it gets to fourth down, we got to, let it loose and go get it and get off the field. So it's, a fourth down stop. We talk about this in the defense side of the ball. It's like a turnover on downs. It's a turnover for us. So we get a fourth down stop. That's a turnover. We're off the field. Ball's back to our offense, and here we go. So
your defense faced 2 sudden changes last week. Both times, I believe, forced 3 and out. Do you guys do anything in practice to mimic sudden change?
Yeah, the 2 previous games, we had a great job with that. We had, I think, three for certain sudden changes down in our territory, our red zone area, and let them in the end zone, and just kind of challenged the guys last week and practiced it last week of, hey, sudden change, ball's here at the 20-25, boom, let's go get it. And the guys did a really nice job. It's kind of put the ball down mentality. Doesn't matter where you put it down, put the ball down, let's go get it, let's go to work, let's do what we do. And the guys just did a really nice job taking that mindset and going about their business there, and like you said, getting 3 and out and getting off the field there.
Y'all tackled at a pretty high level last week. How happy are you with the tackling this year thus far from your defense?
Well, I think anytime you got 11 guys flying around, playing with great effort, that minimizes missed tackles, or a missed tackle doesn't lead to a big play. And we got to continue to do that this week. That's a huge, huge point of emphasis this week, because they got guys that are going to make you miss. I mean, Calvin Allison, every time you turn on the film, he's making somebody miss, and you better have 11 guys running to the ball, because if you're not, he'll take that missed tackle and turn it into a big play, which is a 70-yard reverse against Memphis, or a screen pass. He's going to take those things and go to the house with them. But if you got 11 guys running to the ball with great effort, playing as hard as they can play, one missed tackle will lead to somebody else, getting a shot in. So, the guys doing a really good job of focusing in, keeping good leverage and being where they're supposed to be. But at the end of the day, it's about how hard can we play with, great effort and guys to the ball.
All right, there is East Carolina defensive coordinator Blake Harrell. And again, I go back to these 3rd and 4th down numbers. East Carolina's defense getting off the field 70%, 71% of the time on 3rd downs. Now, East Carolina has allowed 9 of 14 4th down conversions to opponents this year. That stat could be important going into Saturday, with Memphis going for it 8 times last week. Now, as Mike Houston said, and we had Coach Rick Smith in here earlier, said the same thing. Every week is different. Every matchup, every situation is different. So is Memphis as aggressive against East Carolina as they were against an SMU team that has more firepower offensively? Maybe they felt like they needed to score more, and that's why they went for it more on 4th downs. Will they do the same this week? I don't know, but something to definitely keep an eye on once Memphis crosses midfield. And if it's 4th and 5 or shorter, we could see their offense stay on the field and try to pick up a 4th down. But the Pirates have been great defensively on those 3rd downs. East Carolina on the year is allowing 24 points a game. I mean, that is an incredible number. That number was helped out last week by Temple only scoring 3. East Carolina allowing 144 yards on the ground, 247 through the air, for a total of 392. So 24 points a game, you're under 400 yards allowing. So those numbers are getting better and better. At times, East Carolina has been a bit of a bend but don't break defense, getting off the field on 3rd downs and then having, the team miss a field goal or getting a 4th down stop. But, teams can have as many yards as they want as long as they don't score. And as long as you have more points, you'll take it. How many games do we have in the Ruffin McNeil, Lincoln Riley era where we'd have over 150 more yards than the opponent, but couldn't cash it in the red zone and you lose? So it doesn't matter how much you march up and down the field if you can't put it in the end zone. East Carolina's done a good job of keeping teams out of that end zone. All right, let's take a break. We'll wrap up hour number 1. When we return, hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. expecting the birthday boy's arrival. And he is here. And oh boy, he's got the Cam Newton jersey on.
Like we didn't expect that to happen. Because honestly, if Chandler was going to be here today, which of course, he takes Fridays off.
Sure, he's got a great contract.
He only has a 5-day work week or 4-day work week around here, but he probably would have a Cam jersey on too.
Chandler yesterday said his heart was full. I can't imagine. Tony is beaming. Look at him, Shirley. Look at that smile.
He has like this radiance about him
glowing
today.
Well, we'll talk to Tony Dunn. Cam Newton is back. Oh, that's great. No, congrats, Cam Newton fans. That's great. What does that mean for your football team? What does that mean for wins and losses? We'll dive into that and make some picks when we return. Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live on the way after this.
If you live in eastern North Carolina, chances are you've heard of Riley's Army. Riley's Army started in 2008 and has provided emergency support to over 300 families who have a child with cancer. Join us on Sunday, December 12th at 2 p.m. at the Winterville Parks and Rec campus for the Santa Dash, benefiting kids with cancer and their families right here in our community. Bring a new, unwrapped gift for a Riley's Army family and help us give our families the Christmas they deserve. Register at runtheeast.com or call us at 252-481-4471. We can't do it alone. We need an Army.
0% alcohol, 0 grams of sugar, full Budweiser flavor. For all the moments you want a beer and need to stay on your game. Budweiser Zero, 0 alcohol, 0 compromise.
There are times in our lives when we feel like we have hit rock bottom with nowhere to go, but that is actually when God is closest to us and building us into who we are meant to be. Hi, I'm Holt Nailers, and that's how Built When Broken was formed. BuiltWhenBroken.com is an apparel brand to remind people not only where they've come from, but also where they are going. Visit BuiltWhenBroken.com to get the latest BWB apparel, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more. BuiltWhenBroken.com, apparel for our walk through life.
Hey, Troy D here for my friends at Villa Verde. If you know me, you know I love being outside, but finding a good place to eat outside can sometimes be tough. Well, our pals at Villa Verde have fixed that. Not only does Villa Verde have awesome, unique, one-of-a-kind dishes here in Greenville, they also have a brand new outside dining area. And this outside area is sweet. It's covered, you're in the shade, and cooling fans are on. Enjoy the comfort and relaxation of dining outside with our friends at Villa Verde. Villa Verde on 10th Street, a platform for good. Do you suffer from allergies, asthma, or any other sinus problems? Perhaps professional cleaning of your air ducts could help. Family owned and operated in Winterville for over 22 years, Carolina Quality Air was the first certified duct cleaning company in eastern North Carolina. From residential to commercial, they can handle any size job, big or small, including our studios here at Pirate Radio. Carolina Quality Air uses a sanitizer that kills mold in your ductwork and over 100 viruses, including the coronavirus. Visit them online at CarolinaQualityAir.com.
Dear past, present, and future football watchers, football is back! Just how you remembered it. Tailgates with an ice-cold Pepsi in hand? Totally back. That between-play sprint to the fridge for more Pepsi is back, baby! I really miss this. Anyways, consider this your official excuse for always putting football watching first, courtesy of Pepsi. That haircut appointment? Your mom told us you look great, so you should probably reschedule. Seeing the in-laws for the first time in ages.
It's been so long.
Nope, sorry, Susan. Not if it's on Sunday. Long story short, after the year we've all had, we think you could use a little football watching. So crack open a Pepsi and cheer your football watching face off. With love, Pepsi. Made for football watching. That's what I like.
Hi, this is Billy Parker from Parker's Barbecue. Did you know that we cater? Let us cater your next private event, church gathering, or backyard party. From traditional pig pickings to regular chopped barbecue, Parker's has anything you need. Parker's, where you're always treated like family.
Well, the secret is out. CD's Grill has the best breakfast in Greenville. Start your day with a made-to-order breakfast Monday through Saturday at CD's Grill. Plus, you can enjoy lunch Monday through Friday. And their lunch specials are always a huge hit. Monday, it's barbecue chicken. Tuesday, pork tenderloin and gravy. Wednesday, chicken and pastry. Thursday, barbecue pork chops. And Friday, it's spaghetti. CD's Grill on Fire Tower Road in Winterville, near Evans Street. Stop by CD's Grill for the best country cooking around.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Save lives, be a hero, and make $700 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. Make up to $700 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. When your AC or heating needs repair or replacing, call on the reliable service professionals of Delcor Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Go to DelcorInc.com or give them a call at 321-8868. Delcor, the service professionals in Greenville. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, hour 2 on this Free Beer Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. We'll give away a 12-pack of Busch Light Apple coming up in our 5 o'clock hour. Some other goodies as well, so stick around for that. Stick around for Morgan Ehlers, Brian North, and more Pirate football talk. But we will have our weekly NFL chat now with Tony Dunn from CarolinaCatChronicles.com. First off, happy belated birthday, Tony.
Thank you, good sir.
Of all the birthday gifts over the years, what'd you get? Like Legend of Zelda and like Predator 2 on VHS?
Yeah, I mean, I probably had that. I've had some good gifts, I would think.
Having Cam Newton return to the Panthers on your birthday, I mean, where does that rank for birthday gifts you've received over the years?
It's the second to best. What's the second best? I can't say the best one on the air.
Okay.
But
I want to hear it during the break.
But when it comes to yesterday, I woke up. I was going to turn 40. I turned 40 last night. I woke up and I went to my mailbox and I opened the mail and I got this, and there was one of those birthday cards that's got the music, you know how and it said, "Mama, I'm coming home." And it was signed by Cam Newton. It was awesome. I blew out the candles and poof, this guy showed up. It was crazy, and kind of bizarre too at the same time.
You know, I now regret my wish. Can I say my wish when I blew out my candles this year for my 40th? I wish that my wife, daughter, and family would be happy and healthy for the next year. And I should have made a sports wish.
Yeah, I mean, you might have gotten like a Super Bowl or something.
Could have came true. Who knew? That's all I had to do.
Who knew that? It's like a genie lamp. These things.
Damn it, missed opportunity. So Tony, you're riding high right now. Now, I described this yesterday as this was like fan service. This was like right up Tony Dunn and Chandler Honeycutt's alley, because there has been a turn. You can speak to this way more than me, but it feels like a turn against, at the top, Tepper. A turn. I'm not sure about Fitterer yet, but yeah.
But no, you're right. No, you're right on the money.
I kind of skip over him. Yeah. A turn on Rule, a turn on Brady, the Wonder Boy, and certainly a turn on Darnold and the personnel. So something like positive, something uplifting needed to happen. And I don't know if they were forced into this move, but it happened nonetheless. What do you think?
I did not see it coming, Clip. Did not see it coming. The night before this happened, we had David Newton from ESPN come on. We asked him about it. He said, I just don't think it can happen.
Because they signed Matt Barkley the day before?
Yeah, but that means nothing.
Okay.
I think more of anything, it just really comes back to like the history with Cam and the organization and trying to move on from him and, you know, build something new. Seemed to be like just a impasse that you couldn't get past at any point. So I thought we have a debate show we do on Wednesdays, and we debated if they should bring Cam Newton back, and my take did not age well, Clip. It was they cannot, will not, and should not bring Cam Newton back, and then the next morning they signed him.
Now, why? I understand cannot, will not. Why should not? Why'd you say they should not bring him back?
Because one is I thought it would be unfair to ruin his football career once prior to him leaving, and then bring him back behind this offensive line and ruin his life after football.
Re-ruin.
So that was kind of my take on our debate show. But it does look, as I don't know if this is we're excited because Cam is home, right? I mean, it's like I think this is the first step, or you know what? I declare the pandemic over. I have declared it over. We have returned to normalcy. Cam Newton is back in a Carolina jersey. If you think about this, Cam Newton, ever since he left Carolina, we have been in lockdown mode.
Wow. That changed the entire course of the world.
I know. And so we could have restored normalcy earlier by just putting Cam Newton back in Carolina. He's back, baby. What it means for this team?
Here's one thing it means. Jay on Facebook Live says, a buddy of mine in Charlotte has extra upper-level seats that sometimes go unsold. They sold very quickly within a few hours with the announcement yesterday.
I wish it would have happened 2 weeks ago and he could have played the Patriots.
Oh, man.
That would have been fun.
Cam versus Mac Jones?
Yeah, and then imagine being the person who bought the tickets when Cam originally was slated to come home, and you bought him to see Cam one last time, and then you got so sad. Maybe you sold the tickets, and then that would be crazy. You had to rebuy them.
Instead, he gets to make his debut likely against the Washington football team and Ron Rivera.
Yeah. I think he's going to play
one or two ways. The story, he beats his old coach and has a great day, and Charlotte celebrates, or the Washington defense we saw last year finally shows up and buries Cam Newton. Either one of those could likely
There is a chance that Cam Newton gets buried this year. I'm sorry, our offensive line is the worst it's ever been.
And it's gotten worse
each week.
This week with the injuries, right? You had two guys go on IR this week.
Our starting center has been officially moved to IR, and Cam Ervin, I don't know if he's done for the season, but because they have this temporary IR that you can go on one time. But yeah, as the Carolina Panthers offensive line has been a clown car, where they at every stoplight or every week they do the Chinese fire drill in between, man. So it's been a mess, but I think this is what Cam Newton does for you. Is at least I think that hopes for Panther fans is there's a nostalgia to it. It's like we love Cam. There was a contingency of us that didn't believe we should have moved on from Cam, that we should have gone just trot it out one more year and see how it worked. We had him under contract. They, forced the split a little faster than some of us wanted. And Clip, they call us Cam sexuals, right? Is that we are?
It's very rare. I don't know how many negative words you've spoken about Cam in his entire career and on this program.
No, yeah, man. It's like one of those people that you just defend to the end. Yeah. I mean, it means a lot to me and this organization, and I'm trying to think of. It's a very special thing to have. I mean, I think it's kind of rare to have a player that does that for your organization and for your fan base. And I mean, has any player ever done that for you, like where they can't? And maybe it's because we were so irrelevant before he came. He's such a star-studded player.
The Panthers had good teams and had good players, but they never had a star.
Yeah, and he was a superstar, and there was the potential that he could have been the greatest ever type. Or, that's what we were thinking. It didn't work out that way, but those hopes were there. Here's the thing, though, is for us, that I'm just happy, but, I just like to see Cam. I want to watch him on Sundays.
All right, before you get to your next point, I said yesterday, this is awesome from now until next Saturday. But when he gets on the field, then what?
Oh, man, he's going to slay it.
See, and I asked this question, too, and I think the answer is no. But is there any way he could, ruin his legacy with this comeback to the Panthers?
That would be something else, wouldn't it?
But I say no because I really don't have much expectations for him.
Our team was I was in tank mode.
Right.
Yesterday, the day before yesterday, I was in tank mode. I mean, I really was to the point of I thought we should trot Darnold out there because I don't want to have to possibly win with PJ Walker by some chance. Cam Newton does this, is he gives you a chance to win every single week, or at least that's how it always felt to us, despite the team around him. Now, here's the thing, is that what happens if he plays really well, Clip? Then things get complicated.
What happens if he plays well? What happens if Christian McCaffrey is Christian McCaffrey? What happens if this defense we saw earlier this year really is a top-notch defense?
Yeah, and they make
all
a
of sudden you
playoff
start
run.
winning games. That is not out of the realm of possibility.
And then what happens after this year is like, do you go back to Cam?
Then Ron Rivera says, you know what? I made a mistake. Come to Washington.
And then he died. And then he's terrible because
all quarterbacks
Cliff can't be happy when it comes to football.
No, so you are. Well, of course you are, but you think there's a possibility now? Like, can he win games week to week with this team? Are you expecting him to?
I don't know. I would say this is, I went through this we had our biggest show ever yesterday.
Awesome.
Do you know over 600 people watched live as we?
That's awesome.
As we reviewed the press conference, there's been 12,000 views on our show yesterday on YouTube. It's crazy.
Is your is Cody and you have other people on, but like, is your co-host? Is he a big Cam sexual as you are?
Yeah, I mean, he brought him in. He's the reason he likes football. He wasn't a football fan before Cam. So. I went through Cam's entire career at Carolina, and there's only been 3 games in his entire career where we didn't score over 6 points, where we scored under 7. There were 2 times this year we scored under 7 points.
Yikes.
So I just hope this is that if he can help the offense be a little bit more competent, or competent at all, I mean, to score 14 points a game or 17 points a game, then yeah, we could possibly win some games. I'm trying to temper my expectations about what this season can become. But what's interesting about this is that I had low expectations, particularly once it started to all fall apart. I'm starting to look ahead. This team, though, it seems like the team doesn't want to lose. The franchise, like Rule, they've been more aggressive than I expected in trying to manufacture these wins. I think Cam Newton is the sign of that. Is like, hey, we're not trying to just go with PJ Walker and hang it up for the year. A lot of bizarre storylines. The Sam Darnold storyline is going to be very interesting to me going forward, is because this wasn't surprising, Clip, when he went on IR after that terrible game. He was benched 2 weeks ago after this another awful game when it comes to the Patriots game. And then, suddenly his shoulder's starting to hurt. Suddenly they found a fracture on this MRI. They probably looked for days for that sucker, found the littlest, tiniest crack, and said, guys, going to IR. I don't think he plays again for the Carolina Panthers. And
wow,
is Cam Newton a placeholder for Sam Darnold? Don't believe that.
Not for him. Maybe, for the next guy, I guess.
Yeah.
The draft pick or the...
But he could return. They're saying 4 to 6 weeks, and that's a very conservative timeline. I think it's he can come back.
Didn't I read that Cam turned down offers from Seattle and somewhere else?
See, I didn't have a phone, so I have not been able to.
There's another storyline for Tony this week. And I guess that is due to him only signing with the team to be a starter.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm putting that together, kind of piecing that together.
He got paid like one. Yeah. Or close to it. The Panthers are paying a lot of money to quarterbacks.
So if I had to bet one way or the other, I'd bet on your side that Darnold doesn't play. Like, injuries could happen, stuff could happen, but performance related, I could see where he doesn't start another game.
Yeah, I wonder if this is if I was in the press conference with Matt Rhule, I want to say this is in 6 weeks, if your guys are pushing towards a playoff berth or whatever, right? I mean, I guess that would be the end of the season. If you guys are playing relevant football, are you going to give Sam Darnold an opportunity to compete for the starting job? I mean, good gosh, it's a mess. They used this IR as a smokescreen to get Sam Darnold out of Carolina.
Well, everything has been so overshadowed from last week. I would have probably brought up the Robbie Anderson yelling at Darnold stuff, but that's like 12th or 13th on the list of things to talk about right now.
Yeah, I was ready to give up, Clip. I was done. I didn't even watch the second half.
That's why they did this, for people like you. Because you're a sucker. And they know that. Our teams know that we're suckers.
I mean, I'd watch them anyway, but now I can't at least, boo them at the moment.
Now that Cam's back. I'm glad you're happy, Tony.
It was, man. We talk about a gift.
Yeah.
I blew out the candles, and it was just a great day.
And then poof, he appears. Super Cam is back.
I wouldn't be surprised if they trot him out there in the red zone this weekend.
I was going to say, he was at practice today.
Yeah.
Right? So
I don't expect him to play. I would hope that they put him in in a position to succeed. Sadly, they don't because of this offensive line. But at the same time, what's your better option down there on the goal line than running Cam out there? I mean, he's been in the NFL long enough. You get him, Christian McCaffrey out there, and arguably he's got the best weapons he's ever had.
Well, that was the talk, right? Oh, Cam leaves, and we finally stacked the receiver. How many games, Tony? How many seasons? Do you know this off the top of your head? Did he play with McCaffrey? Like, what were McCaffrey's numbers like with Cam?
McCaffrey drafted in 17, so he only played 1 year.
So not a ton.
None. And Christian McCaffrey didn't play a lot his rookie year. He wasn't like the bell cow. I think they still had.
Who'd you have then?
So Jonathan Stewart still.
Doesn't sound
I don't
right,
think he
but
was
maybe.
drafted in 2016. No, because Vernon Butler was the 2016. He was 2017 draft pick. Christian McCaffrey. I don't know if it was Jonathan Stewart still that late. That'd be crazy.
I'll look it up.
He did split carries his first year. It was 2018 and 19 that he started to blow up, and Cam was hurt both of those years. So
yeah, it looks like Jonathan Stewart was the running back then. Yeah.
And that's the old Ron Rivera not wanting to start. He started Jonathan Stewart over Christian McCaffrey because he was worried about him in pass protection.
And you went 11-5 that year.
Yeah.
So.
And then, and that's when Cam took us to the playoffs. That was one of Cam's better years. That was with Norv Turner. And then it was the next year that the injuries started to beset Cam.
This is Tony's favorite running back roster ever. You had the fullback you liked, Arma.
Yeah.
You had McCaffrey, Jay Stu, Fozzie Whitaker. I mean, that's an all-time running
Cameron and Artis Payne.
Oh, no, that's why I meant, and Cap was
thank
on the
God.
roster.
Oh, thank God. I was like,
that's why I even brought it up. Cap was on that roster.
I know. Why don't we break? I hope that Cam Newton pulls an Aaron Rodgers and lobbies
and brings his buddies back. You know what? I saw Greg Olson talking so glowingly about Cam Newton last night. I really had that thought of, why not try to just pull him in for the rest of the year, just to put him on the roster?
It's so interesting that Cam, the narrative of Cam is a bizarre one because so many people don't think he's kind of like a troublemaker or a diva. But then
it's the clothes.
He's a big. There's an aura to him, but the players love him. You know what I mean? Like, is that the guys that went to battle with him love him? I'm already upset with your phone. Sorry, distracted by Clip's new beautiful phone.
The thumb thing?
Yeah, I've been reading about it. That's what the phone my wife wants.
I thought I made a mistake when I was setting up my thumbprint to get in, but you're telling me that that's been an issue for all these.
Probably get an update and take care of it. But it's nice.
Adam says if Cam starts the rest of the year, the Panthers may win 3 games. Time for Carolina to reboot and draft a quarterback. Well, that's their plan is not to bring Cam Newton back for 10 years. They obviously they need a.
Well, if we win 3 games, that's 3 more games than we were going to win.
Yeah,
that's the truth of the matter is that you weren't beating anybody before.
If Cam stinks, you get in a better spot to draft a quarterback.
And don't hate us; we're not the ones that asked for it. I mean, this is the team that made this decision, right? It's not just Panther fans doing it. I mean, the team went out and did this. They're kind of laying in their own bed at this moment. They made their own bed at this point with cutting Cam. That probably had to take a lot of, they had to swallow their pride a little bit, I'm sure.
How much did y'all discuss and there's memes out there of getting rid of Cam, bringing in his replacement, replacing Cam's replacement with a replacement, and then Cam replacing all the Cam replacements.
I know. It's wild. There's this one great picture floating around as the side-by-side of Matt Rule just looking totally exhausted, and then on the other side it's just Cam Newton as happy as can be in the press conference. It's been tough for look, I'm telling you, Clip, I cannot remember a time where the team looked worse than it has this year at times, and particularly the offense all season has been a disaster. So it's interesting. I'd like to see what if Cam has more in the tank than people give him credit for. I think that might say something about the league and some things about him maybe. But yeah, it's going to be fun, and at least for the next 10 days, there's nothing that can go wrong.
Charlie, let's take a break. I mean, it was 2019, Tony, and I was off a little bit on it, but I was like, the Panthers are going to score 30 and give up 37 because they can score. They're fun, but they can't play any defense. Like, the whole thing dramatically shifted to the defense keeping them in games and the offense scoring 5 points or whatever. It's
the NFL, man.
Oh, that's a nice segue to our crappy picks. Almost cursed again. Our awful picks. But we will pick some winners and some losers coming up next when we return on Pirate Radio Live on a Football Friday and a Free Beer Friday. We're back with you after this.
On Saturdays, your team needs you, your sofa needs you, and you need a Jersey Mike's sub. Get it all with free Saturday delivery when you order through the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. This Saturday, while you watch the game at home, we're watching the grill at Jersey Mike's. Order through the Jersey Mike's app for free delivery on Saturdays, unless you're going to miss hearing this. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
That's for you. Answer the call from patients who need plasma. Donations are down, so give plasma at a Grifols Center and receive compensation. Visit grifolsplasma.com. Gonna get that? Answer the call from patients who need plasma and receive up to $700 your first month when you donate at a Grifols Center. Visit grifolsplasma.com.
Pizza! What you got there, Dad? Oh man, the new Bacon Mania lineup from Papa John's. Oh, it's the triple bacon pizza, topped with full strips of bacon. Woo, that smell of bacon through the house has everyone showing up. And I mean everyone. It's the season of bacon at Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza.
Hello, this is Michael McGraw from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center of Greenville. We offer a variety of services including arthroscopic surgery, sports medicine, carpal tunnel and general orthopedics, fracture care, total joint replacement, physical therapy, and on-site MRIs. For experienced professional medical care, visit our office on W.H. Smith Boulevard in Greenville and online at orthoeast.com. Orthopedics East providing services to ECU and Pitt County Athletics for over 35 years. Go Pirates!
Hey, this is John Grillo, the Bagel Man. You know I love bagels. I don't settle for frozen bagels. That's why we make our bagels right here in Greenville from scratch every day. If you're coming into Bagel Man, you'll notice that there's some renovation going on. Our menu is bigger and better than ever. Our sandwiches, heroes, subs, salads, wraps, bagel dogs, fresh baked pastries, and our new coffee bar. Soon we're going to be opening for dinner. Don't forget Bagel Man for all your catering needs on Fire Tower Road in Greenville.
Luke 42! Luke 42! Unlike football, life doesn't take a timeout, and anything can happen at any time. Unfortunately, anything isn't always a good thing. You need auto and life coverage, and agents. There for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You need North Carolina Farm Bureau insurance. Timeout? Not even in our vocabulary.
Pirate fans, call Carlton Ventures or Brandon Manning at 756-3007.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company. Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc. Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi. An independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
Ahoy there, mateys! It's Captain Jack Spare of R&R Tire Express, your local tire and wheel shop in Greenville, offering affordable, easy payment options for easy ownership. Savvy? Our customers love our treasure of tires and wheels, easy payment options, and customer care package too. To learn more about R&R, stop by 3920 US 264 or rnrtires.com.
Pirate Radio.
ECU Pirates. Can't nobody do what we do. You know. That's right. All right then.
Yeah! The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Save lives, be a hero, and make $700 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. Make up to $700 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Jersey Mike's open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. You can order in store or you can order online through the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's is a sub above. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, well, I'm showing Tony the Robert Hunt play from last night, who I'd never heard of before this, but he is now my favorite NFL offensive lineman. How in the world did Shirley's Dolphins not just beat the Ravens, but dominate the Ravens last night?
I have no idea, because this usually is what happens. They suck. When I am ready to just say, that's it, I don't want to be a Dolphins fan anymore, they go and pull something like this.
Robert Hunt made the greatest touchdown that doesn't count in NFL history.
Absolutely.
So
it should have counted, though, because I thought the ball crossed the plane.
Well, no,
it broke the plane.
No, it did, but you can't touch it. Like, he was an ineligible receiver.
Oh, now I wasn't paying attention.
I guess
to
if he
that
got tipped, he could have caught it. But so the offensive lineman catches the ball. It was kind of an errant throw with Tua under duress. Catches it and knew what to do with it. Ran it, got hit, reached the ball. It would have been a touchdown if they reviewed it, but it all comes back for illegal touching by an offensive lineman that was ineligible.
Why does that rule exist, do you think?
Well,
what would you do that would ruin the game? Would you just slip out a guard and then him just truck everybody down the road?
I guess.
Is that why you don't want that to happen?
It's a good question. Are they saying it's unfair to the defense to allow any player to go out for a pass? I don't know. And what about the rule of an eligible man downfield?
Yeah. Right, because they're supposed to be blocking?
They have to stay behind the line of scrimmage the entire time on a pass play. So
another bizarre rule.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like a fairness thing. I don't know. That's a great question. Why are those rules?
I don't know. I just figure if an offensive lineman can catch the ball and make a play like that, it should count.
It sucks that it won't count, but hopefully everybody sees that highlight, because he's going to be telling that story the rest of his life. He definitely.
He got upended.
Yeah, and had the wherewithal to reach the ball across. He's definitely been a tight end or something in his younger days.
He was a big boy, too.
Yeah, that was a great play and just improbable win. But that's what the NFL is. The carry over to Thursday night, that came from last week when the Cowboys lost at home to the Broncos, when the Jaguars
beat the Bills.
6 points by the Bills, and they lose to the Jags. The Titans, now they're a good team, but they pretty much dominated the Rams the other night. And then the Bears covered, didn't win, but they had Pittsburgh on the ropes. So it was a crazy week.
It's these types of games, Clip, that have led us to have such horrible picks.
Last week, our expert panel, none of us went over 500 straight up. We're not even picking against the spread.
Good God.
I was 6-6. Big Dog was 6-6. Tony improved from the previous week and went 5-7.
It's been a rough year, and someone was telling me that this is what the NFL wants, this type of parity. And I don't know if it's that, if they want
to this degree.
Yeah, is it because 9 to 6 games? That means just bad football. What was the score last night?
It wasn't 20. It was a weird score.
Yeah,
the Ravens had one touchdown, 22-10.
And I'm very surprised the Ravens didn't win this, because anytime they're behind that much,
I know.
In the fourth,
Tony Collins and I were talking about it yesterday. If they're down 17 in the second half, live bet Baltimore, and I almost felt like a genius when they went down and scored a touchdown, but then the Dolphins came right back, big play to I think Jalen Waddle.
And what a more strange storylines. Tua coming off the bench because of an injured Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it right.
Justin Forsett, Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, and and then what is this? It's not only do you have all the rumors that go with the trade for Deshaun Watson. Now we heard more discussion about what the actual trade was going to entail: 3 1s and 2 2s, or 3 firsts, and that's what I've heard. That was on the table. And you hear that, and then they bench Tua, and then they put Tua in. It's just a bizarre world we live in. And now Cam's back. I mean, what is going on in the NFL this year? Thank God the pandemic is over and Cam Newton's back in Carolina.
Everything's normal again. All right, so, I mean, there's still a football game this week that probably won't involve Cam Newton. Just saw on the bottom line, as we were talking earlier, Tony, Kyler Murray, game time decision.
He has not practiced all week. I'm picking the Panthers on the road, baby.
All the good vibes.
Oh,
there.
guys.
Yeah. I'll take the Cardinals, but I don't know. What's your confidence level in PJ Walker putting up points against the Cardinals?
Big old 2. Big 2.
Okay.
I don't know. There's no reason I should make this pick right now.
No, but you're riding high. You're feeling good.
And we just talked about all the other games that have been ridiculous.
Yeah, why not another one?
Except for I tried this a couple of times throughout the season, and that's also why I went 3-7, whatever that.
You know that they're going to happen, but picking them is difficult.
Yes,
finding out which one. Chandler is picking the Cardinals today.
Smart
over the Panthers. All right, Bucks at Washington. The Bucks are down Gronk and Antonio Brown and maybe Chris Godwin. Washington coming off a bye. I don't know. You picked your team. Should I pick mine?
I hope you do. I mean, I'm just waiting for. I was listening to Dan Patrick this morning, and he said, "I'm just waiting for Washington to become good." And he said, "But I've also been waiting for that for 20 years." I'm going to take the Bucks because
I'll take the Bucks.
I'm only going to make one ridiculous pick, and it's my own team this time.
All right, fair enough. Lions at Steelers. I mean, I'll take the Steelers, but I don't love it.
No, the Steelers stink. They got bailed out like crazy on Monday Night Football by the referees, by the Zebras.
That was nuts.
A lot of and I want to know if those guys were really offsides. They called offsides, neutral zone infraction.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you have two or 3 plays where they lined up like that. And then it looked like that guy almost made the field goal at the end. It was crazy. It's a good game.
Oh, yeah. The magic camera angle.
Yeah. Justin Fields, though, was playing pretty awesome. I told
the Steelers stink, Tony. They're about to be leading that division.
Yeah, I told you last week I will not pick the Lions again, and I'm sticking true to it.
All right. Chandler also on the Steelers.
Dead to me.
Saints at Titans.
I'm picking the Titans. I don't believe in the Saints right now. And without Kamara, too.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Give me the Titans.
I don't know who the Saints. It's some weird name.
Is it still Simeon?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm taking the Titans. Tony's taking the Titans, and Chandler is taking the Titans. How about the Falcons knocking off the Saints last week? If the playoffs started today, Tony, the Falcons would be in those playoffs. How stupid is that?
That's why we went and got Cam Newton, I guess, is because you're telling me there's a chance.
Got a chance, yeah.
Tell me there's a chance. And then the week before that, the Saints beat the Bucks.
Yeah.
So the Saints beat the Bucks, then the Falcons
beat the Saints.
And then the week before that, the Panthers beat the Falcons. So you're telling me we're better than the Bucks?
Yes.
Oh gosh.
There's something on the internet, I think Reddit does it, the Circle of Suck, and the Pac-12 has been completed, where basically they do it like in a circle, and this team beat this team, and they've got every team on the list. The NFC South has accomplished that.
The 7 degrees of separation.
Yeah.
I will take the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even want to really say a bounce back because I think this could be a pretty decent game, actually. So.
Yeah, I don't think the Falcons are as bad as they played at times. I think we attributed them to being a really bad team because the Panthers went out there and smoked them,
and they lost to Washington.
Oh yeah, on a last month, yeah,
on a miracle, really.
So, on a bunch of miracles.
Yeah. All right, let's get another break in. We'll come back. We've got some good games still to pick. Browns at Patriots is a good game. Vikings at Chargers, 2 weird teams there. That's a tough one. Russell Wilson back. Who's the Packers quarterback? Is it Is Rodgers back or not?
I don't know if he's going to be able to return that fast, given the protocols.
Chiefs at Raiders is a very important Sunday night game, so we got some good games left to pick. We'll do it when we return on Pirate Radio Live. We roll on after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Tommy's Express Car Wash is the car wash Greenville is talking about. At the corner of Red Banks Road and Greenville Boulevard, this state-of-the-art wash will keep your car looking great. And now Tommy's has just launched its new 2.0 Tommy's Express app. And anyone who downloads the app now will receive 30 free days of washing with their top-of-the-line wash, the Works Wash. Download the Tommy's Express app now by going to your app store or visit them on location, open 7 days a week at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road.
Have you been waiting to try CBD? ENS Hemp on Fire Tower Road in Greenville is the area leader in CBD. We want to educate you on how our products work with your endocannabinoid system. These products are all natural and non-addictive. ENS offers a variety of products to meet your needs. Tinctures, edibles, topicals, and even smokable items. Customer feedback indicates relief from stress, anxiety, fatigue, pain, and PTSD, just to name a few. ENS Hemp is located on Fire Tower Road. Also, check us out on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
Come pop a top this ECU football season at Jarvis Street Bottle Shop. Jarvis Street Bottle Shop is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews, along with wine and growlers. Hosting a tailgate? Stop by the shop and grab a keg for your party or event. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings featuring rotating NC craft breweries, along with live music and discounts. Stop by the shop Tuesday through Sunday, or check them out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Your office deserves a proactive tech support approach instead of always reacting to issues after the damage is done. You need BizCare. BizCare tech support and cybersecurity plans keep you ahead of potential issues and much safer from cyber threats like ransomware. What's at your office? Call William today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
Hi, this is Jeff Charles for my friends at Ed Watkins Marine. I've known Ed personally for years, covering his winning performances on the football field and on NASCAR's pit road. Now Ed is winning on the water, and you get to win too. You win with awesome prices on boats from Ed Watkins Marine, and of course, great service after the sale. If you're looking for a new boat, contact Ed Watkins Marine today. They will deliver anywhere. Find them online at edwatkinsmarine.com and tell them the voice sent you.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Kyle Gaines from Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Not only will you feature a great selection of pre-owned inventory for sale, but we'll also buy your vehicle even if you don't buy one from us. Drive a little, save a lot. Give us a call and make a short trip to Washington and let us buy your vehicle today. It is totally worth it. We also service all makes and models at our state-of-the-art service department. Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram between Greenville and Washington, and WashingtonChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com. Remember, drive a little, save a lot. Go Pirates.
This is ECU assistant football coach Roy Tesh, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Save lives, be a hero, and make $700 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. Make up to $700 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? We'll keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio for 18 years. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Free Beer Friday. Super Tony is here with us, celebrating a birthday and celebrating the return of Cam Newton to the Carolina Panthers. We are making some picks. The Patriots are hot, Tony Dunn. The Browns, how about them last week? Did we all pick the Bengals?
Yes.
We all picked the Bengals.
We all stink.
And that was a blowout. They got rid of the Odell stink, if you will. The Rams welcome that stink in. What do you think about that move, by the way?
It's kind of one of those things. I think I just got to wait for it to produce something before I'm interested in it. The Rams, by the way, have been struggling, it seems, a little bit on offense recently.
When did the NFL turn into the NBA, where we just have these super teams? The Bucks did it and are still doing it. The Rams are kind of going all in with Von Miller and Odell. So,
you know what? But they're all old names.
I know. Yeah, you're right. And it's so much more like in the NBA, if you add one guy, you're going to win 5 games. If you add 2 or 3, you're going to win 25 more games than the previous year. The NFL is a lot different than that.
It is.
Especially with the injuries and stuff, like Odell and Von Miller have been injured this year already.
Yeah, and a lot of reputation involved in it more than actual production this year. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, when is if the Von Miller... At some point, it's going to gel. I mean, it's only been a week, right? Mm-hmm. So they're going to be good, I hope. But the Rams actually have hit a point where they're kind of having to go through. They're having to prove it to us that they're a good team again. You know, I thought it was kind of just given that they're going to walk all the way to the NFC Championship, but I don't even think they're first in the division right now.
The Patriots have running back issues. I saw that Harris is not going to play. Stevenson, the young guy who had a great preseason and has looked good in spots, didn't practice today. So, and that's been their bread and butter. Mac Jones has been pretty good, but like they bully ball, they run the ball and play defense. That's how they win.
For 2 weeks, they've done that too.
Then again, the Browns are without Chubb.
Right.
What? I don't know who the running back is going to be in this game. Now that I think about it, I'll take the Patriots at home.
Yeah,
because I like riding with them. I've rode with them the last couple weeks.
I'm going to take the Patriots at home for the Bill Belichick effect.
And you're a big Mac Jones guy, right?
Oh, I love him. Actually, I challenge him to an MMA fight.
He is Kurt Angle. He's got the ankle lock, Tony. You got to be careful with that.
I'm going to make him tap out.
Dirty play, Tony?
Totally. Yeah, it was dirty. I mean, look, I don't want to hear none of this mess about he thought he had the ball. I mean, they were already running down. They were already 10 yards down the field. He had a temper tantrum on the field. Now, he did get hit, and he got blown up. And, I mean, I don't know if I would react different. You know, I'd probably be angry, too. And
you'd be going after the closest guy to you.
Like biting their... I mean, I guess he should be a lion. He's biting their kneecaps off and things like that.
Dan Campbell
you know, is it a dirty play? Yes. Is he a dirty player? Yes. But is it football? Yeah.
Okay. Right. So you do come around there at the end. Chandler is picking Baker and the Browns to go to Foxborough and win this game. He's probably mad about the Patriots. Bills at Jets. Good grief.
Yeah, man. Imagine if the Bills lost to the Jags and to the Jets.
Somebody made this point. I was listening to a show. It might have been Brandon Walker on Pick Central. He said, do the Bills play any good teams this year? Because they played the Jets, they played the Jags. It seems like they're 14-point favorites every week.
Well, I mean, they are just playing their division.
Washington. Yeah.
I'm taking the Bills.
What kind of score do you is this a true bounce back, let's show that we're good game?
Yeah.
Because they have blown some bad teams out this year, Tony.
They have, but do you remember after week 1 they lost and we thought
They got crushed by
and then we thought they were going to.
No. They were in the snoozer against the Steelers.
Yeah, and I think they lost week 1, and then the week they bounced back big. So that's what I'm calling for, a big bounce back. The Jets, I mean, I guess as long as they're not starting Zach Wilson, they got a chance.
Mike White is back, baby.
Did you hear what he said that he thought he should have been the number 1 draft pick 4 years ago? Wasn't that him that said that?
I did not.
I think that's recent. Like he was talking about his belief in himself.
Hey, you got to believe. Let's go with the Bills sweeping this one, as Chandler has them as well. Jaguars at Colts.
Give me the Colts.
The Colts were
they're feisty.
They had to be feeling good after winning on Thursday night. Titans going to the Rams. No Derrick Henry. They're going to lose. We're going to be back in the race, and then the Titans just go out and blow out the Rams. Jaguars coming off a win, and
also a win without Trevor Lawrence. I think he hurt his ankle, left the game with an ankle injury at one point.
I will take the Colts, as will Tony, as will Chandler. All right, Vikings at Chargers.
Gosh, I'm going Chargers. I wanted to believe in the Vikings, but like you said, never trust Kirk Cousins in a primetime game.
Yeah,
I'm starting to say never trust Kirk Cousins in a game that matters.
Which a lot of these games matter. That's a problem.
So I think the Chargers are probably trying to get back on track. They haven't been it hasn't been beautiful for them the last few weeks, but they won last week, if I'm correct.
Every team in the AFC West has 5 wins. 2 of them are 5-3. 2 of them are 5-4.
That's parity.
Yeah. The Chargers looking to get to 6-3. I still don't remember earlier this year. We were like, all right, Phillip Rivers gone. We love Herbert. We can finally believe in the Chargers. Not yet.
No,
not
they're
even
the same
close.
team.
Yeah, same exact stuff.
And I gotta say, I'm more disappointed in their defense.
Yeah,
like you think that their defense with the Bosa kid that's just locking people down, and they haven't done it.
All right.
But you take Kirk Cousins too.
Nah, yeah, you're right.
Last week he did start off right off the game. I mean, like a first pass was like a 55-yard touchdown to Justin
Jefferson.
Yes.
Chandler is taking the Vikings.
Nice.
All right. Eagles at Broncos. What was that from Denver last week? Dominant defensive effort, run the ball with Gordon and Williams, the rookie, and win a game.
You know, I think that was what the game plan for the Broncos all season was supposed to be. And so,
but Vegas tells you, Tony, that let's not go crazy. They're a 2.5-point favorite at home against the Eagles.
Well, the Eagles are not a bad team.
What are
the Eagles are
they? They're not a good team.
They're not a good team, but I don't know. I would say they're kind of a good team, and what I mean by that is that they've played they've played tough football this year, and they've stayed engaged. Look, they lost to the Bucs by 3 or 1 score or something like that. Each week they've played some tough guys down to the wire.
Remember what I said last week, though. Every time they have a chance to win a game at home in front of their home fans, they fall on their face,
and that's what we got. We got one of them right, didn't we?
But they have been good on the road.
I'm going with the Broncos.
I always tried to talk you into
I know.
there.
I mean, I do believe the Eagles can win this game. I think it's close. You're a little worried that the Broncos, that we're just too in love with the idea that they beat the Cowboys so handedly. But the Eagles right now are just okay on so many levels, but they do play tough. They got a good defense.
This feels like the wrong pick, but I'm taking the Broncos. The spread? Why? I mean, it should be higher.
Well, the Eagles went to Detroit and beat the mess out of them. Like you said, they've played well on the road. Who'd they play last week and lose?
It was the Chargers,
It
right?
was the Chargers, yeah. And I think they had it down to the wire on that one. Didn't the Chargers win with a game-winning field goal?
I don't
like
remember
that.
the
It was
score.
close.
Yeah.
I'm still, I've gone against the Broncos the last 2 weeks, and they've kind of made me pay for it. So give me the Broncos.
I'll
take the processes.
No, I'm taking the Broncos. The next game, I'm going to take the Packers at home, but
Russell Wilson's back.
Russ is back.
I'm taking the Seahawks.
Okay.
And is this one of those things? Gosh, I don't know. But if is Rodgers going to be back?
Wager McGee said, and I don't know why I'm using him as my source when I could just Google it, but the timetable, like runs out on Saturday, where he could kind of negative test back into the game, the team. So I'll try to get some. Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson both expected to return. I'll take the Packers. Do you still want the Seahawks?
He's not eligible to return until November 13th.
Yeah. So
when is that?
Tomorrow.
Yeah. That means he hasn't practiced at all.
That doesn't matter. It's Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers makes the plays up in the huddle.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to roll with the Packers with you.
Okay.
I think Aaron Rodgers goes and gives the middle finger to the world.
He loves to be like doubted and hated, and
I mean, he's going to discount double check the like Pfizer.
He has he doesn't. I don't know. Maybe he does care. Maybe he is sensitive, but he's lost a lot of fans. He's starting to lose some Packers fans too. Mike Mullis, in particular, one of the few that I know.
You know, but Mike Mullis has been already getting off the Aaron Rodgers train for a few weeks.
That's true.
For all year. Remember, because he get mad because he's made it all about him and this and that. And Mully's just seemingly a little angry all the time.
He's a curmudgeon. That he is. I'm glad you picked up on that, and I didn't have to say it. Chiefs at Raiders. I like this game on a Sunday night, and I kind of like the Raiders.
I'm picking the Raiders, dude.
Yeah.
The Chiefs are a mess.
Yeah, I mean, they barely skated by Jordan Love and the Packers at home last week. They scored 13 points.
And the Raiders are better without John Gruden.
Well, they just lost to the Giants, didn't they?
Oh, and I picked that, didn't I? How did I do so bad last week? And I picked the Giants over the... God,
I don't know, Tony.
Oh, I'll tell you why. Because I picked...
Because you picked the Panthers for one.
Oh, gosh. I really started this week off strong.
You picked the Bears at the Steelers.
Should have gotten that one.
Oh, the bad part is we all picked the Giants. That's how we made up games.
I'm picking the Raiders. All right with it.
I am too. Chandler's going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs on the road. And then this line is weird to me too. Is this right? The Rams are a 3.5-point favorite. Like, I feel like
after the 49ers got beat up by Colt McCoy.
Yeah, I love the Rams in this game.
Yeah, me too.
I like them against the spread as well. And Chandler does as well. So there you go. The picks are in. Please fade us but at all costs.
Yeah, I mean, really, as soon as you heard that I picked the Panthers over the Cardinals, you should fade us.
And they say, they being the they, that this is what makes the NFL great and fun. And I think I tend to agree with that. I like when it's unpredictable.
Oh, I do like when it's unpredictable, but I hate when it's like unpredictable because nobody's good. You know, I mean, if you think about that Chiefs-Packers game, and how is Jordan Love not better?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because Aaron Rodgers didn't let him see the playbook for the last 4 years.
Well, sure, he doesn't let him in the team facilities.
He won't let him inside his head.
Yeah, there are no... Every time we're ready to crown a great team, I was moving the Cowboys into that category. And I should not have done that, apparently.
Did we go... What's going wrong with them, do you think?
Well, Dak's first week back. Let's see this week before we say what's going wrong. If they struggle offensively against the Falcons, I think they're still okay. I think the Rams, despite evidence proving otherwise, are still a really good team.
Yeah, I mean, we're ready for them to become the team we expect them to be. So
the Bucs haven't been completely invisible this year. Invincible. Whatever the term is. I use those wrong all the time.
Really?
Invisible and invincible.
That's awesome. Makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I told David Newton.
Let's wrap it up with that.
Oh, man, it was awesome. We restored his reputation.
So now people are looking at him as he's a decent, cool dude.
Yeah, they were like, oh, man, he's a cool dude. And then they learned, too, that some of the things that they didn't like about him are not entirely under his control. He works for ESPN. I didn't know this. I mean, I didn't know he worked for ESPN, but that they don't write their own headlines.
Oh, so, you know what? And I hate that about newspapers. Or like the guy or gal writing the story should control the headline.
And then so he can suggest the headline, but the editor in Bristol is the guy that makes it. So
interesting.
So you think of kind of them like you're like, oh, David Newton trying to be the clickbait, David Newton trying to be this, the kind of just this wackadoo. And it turns out that he's doing the right work or trying to do good work.
Well,
and they are tweaking it a little bit.
He doesn't have an editor on Twitter that makes the wrong names and all that stuff.
That is true.
Did you ask him about that?
I did, and
What?
I told him from somebody who does this a lot, I empathize with you. And he said like this, like the most recent one, he said DC, Joe Brady, and he said, look, Joe Brady was coming to the podium, you're running behind, you're trying to write this story, you're trying to tweet all these things out, and you just go quick.
You know what sucks? When somebody can speak up for themselves and bring up valid points as to why they made a mistake, because now you can't make fun of them.
Well, with this, I know this was great too. Is that so? We told him that this is how we segue into the personal questions about like how he feels. How do you feel about people wanting you fired all the time and things like that? We asked him about it, and the way I segued into it was, I bet you it's hard to filter out the noise if you're a football team like this. How do you do it, Dave? Yeah. It was great, man. He had a good time. You know what, that was funny? And this makes me feel like an insider clip now. The next day, as soon as the Cam Newton news broke, he sent me a DM and said, I guess I was wrong.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm getting the insider info now, clip from David Newton.
Out.
And I think it did make him feel good to hear that there are people out there that like him, because he does kind of ask the hard question that, sometimes you think it's the jerk question to ask, but it is the one that we kind of want to see how they respond to, and usually they won't answer it. But like, for instance, when Joe Brady, his name was being linked to the LSU job, he said, what do you think about your name being linked to the LSU job? And they're, of course, going to dodge the question. But you don't want everybody just lofting softballs up all the time.
Yeah. Do you think I don't know how much he cares about it, but has he this sounds kind of depressing, but like accepted his role as a punching bag?
Yeah, he said, I just don't look at the...
Yeah, that kind of stinks, right?
I asked him this, too, do you do it on purpose?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
but
he's like, I do not do it on purpose.
He said what?
He said, I don't do it on purpose.
Yeah.
These are all real mistakes. I said, I think you stumble into greatness wonderful.
Tony, hey, congrats to you. Enjoy Cam Newton on your roster.
Yeah, man. Dude, we've been rocking and rolling. I want everybody to come hang out on the C3 Panthers podcast. We'll be there Sunday after this game.
If the Panthers win this week somehow, without or with Cam Newton.
If they win with Cam Newton, we're going to Super Bowl, baby.
But then he starts next week, makes his first start against Washington. Like, I might be disgusted on this show.
You might not like to be around me, Cliff.
Exactly.
And you barely like to be around me now.
All right. We'll take a time out when we return. Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. A big hour it shall be, because we've got Bush Light Apple. Oh, that's gross, Tony. He's dabbing. He's Supermaning. It's like 2011. We've turned back the clock, Tony Dunn. We will make you a winner. We'll talk to Brian North, Morgan Ehlers, and have more for you when we return after this.
If you live in eastern North Carolina, chances are you've heard of Riley's Army. Riley's Army started in 2008 and has provided emergency support to over 300 families who have a child with cancer. Join us on Sunday, December 12th at 2 p.m. at the Winterville Parks and Rec campus for the Santa Dash, benefiting kids with cancer and their families right here in our community. Bring a new, unwrapped gift for a Riley's Army family and help us give our families the Christmas they deserve. Register at runtheeast.com or call us at 252-481-4471. We can't do it alone. We need an army.
It's bow time. You've probably heard folks say, don't call it a comeback. But at Bojangles, we don't like to beat around the bush. So when the sizzling, savory pork chop griller's back in all its tender, marinated chili lime glory, and you can get a pork chop griller combo for just $4.59, go ahead, call it a comeback. Get a legendary pork chop griller combo for just $4.59, only at Bojangles. It's bow time.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
Hello, Pirate Nation. This is Jamie Cuccinella, inviting you and your family to come by Cuccinella's Pizzeria and Italian Ice. Cuccinella's has been serving our special family recipe New York-style pizza since 1932. We think you'll taste the difference in just one bite. When you come in for a pie, don't forget to try our house-made Italian ice or gelato. We make small batches every day from scratch with all fresh ingredients. Cuccinella's on Old Tar Road across from Plant and See, Cuccinellas.com, and on Facebook and Instagram.
At West Park Motor Company, customer satisfaction is the #1 goal while offering a wide range of cars, trucks, and SUVs at very competitive prices. Shop online at westparkmotorcompany.com right now to get started. Looking to sell your vehicle? Call West Park for a free appraisal. West Park is willing to pay more for your car or truck than the next dealer. West Park Motor Company, with locations in Greenville and Washington, and proud courtesy car dealer for the Pirates for over a decade. Go Pirates!
I'm on site at the Gavigan Agency with commercial insurance specialist Nathan Brannon. Nathan, tell me a little bit about yourself and what you do with the Gavigan Agency.
Great to talk with you, Brian. I'm a graduate of East Carolina University and a proud Pirate. As you mentioned, I'm a commercial insurance agent for the Gavigan Agency and specialize in offering general liability, commercial property, business auto, and workers' compensation insurance to independent contractors, small business owners, and larger commercial customers throughout eastern North Carolina.
Wow, sounds like the Gavigan Agency can provide just about any coverage a business owner may need.
That's right, Brian. The Gavigan Agency is a fully independent insurance agency with access to the top insurance carriers in the region, and we offer a full host of insurance products to provide for our customers' personal and business insurance needs.
So give the Gavigan Agency a call today and let them show you the benefits of doing business with someone who cares.
Pirates, insuring pirates. Arrgh.
Hey Pirates, this is Holt Nailers. A big part of my success on the field is what I eat at home. To keep my body filled up, I order meals off a Clean Eats meal plan. I choose the meals I want from 6 different meals offered each week, and I pick them up on Sunday or Monday at the cafe on Red Banks Road. Each meal is packed with the perfect mix of healthy proteins, carbs, and veggies to keep my engine running at full speed. Go to CleanEats.com, click on meal plans, or stop by the cafe and get all the info. Clean Eats and the Pirates, a winning combination.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Hey, explore your pour while watching the Pirates and the Memphis Tigers coming up tomorrow at Emporium on Dickinson Avenue. Emporium has 52 self-pour taps with the best variety of beer anywhere. On Saturday, ECU the ECU game will be on the inside and outside TVs. Plus, starting at noon, the Last Call Pizza food truck will be on site. Emporium is located on Dickinson Avenue, and of course, you can find them on Facebook and Instagram. Now, let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, I was hosting a little trivia at Emporium last week. In fact, it was last Tuesday when the Braves clinched the World Series, and started about 6:30-ish, was concerned about having a TV on the game, and I ended up finishing before the game started. But point being, awesome TV setup. They had it ready to go on Fox that night. So a great place to try some great beers. If you're into the IPAs or the dark beers, or if you just like a regular domestic light beer, whatever, they got it there at Emporium, and a great TV setup as well for you to enjoy some football coming up this weekend, and particularly at noon on Saturday when the Pirates take on the Memphis Tigers. How awesome is it, folks, to have a game this late in the season that matters, that's important? If East Carolina wins, something happens. There's stakes involved. Just haven't been in this situation in a long time. Let's head out to the Fixed NC Live line and talk some Pirate football and some hoops with Morgan Ehlers. He is the voice of Dowdy Ficklen Stadium and Minges Coliseum. Enjoyed him the other night saying Luigi Dabo and all the other Pirate names. Morgan, how you doing today, sir?
Glad to be here. Good to be here. Excited to be here. How you doing?
Oh, wow. You are fired up, ready to go. Morgan, the Pirates painted it purple on Tuesday night. Was not the prettiest of wins, but a win is a win. I'm a little concerned. I just looked at the line about an hour ago. Only 5-point favorites against Canisius tonight. I think the Pirates play well. I think Vance Jackson has a better night than he had in his debut. You could tell there's something there with him, but he was a little off the other night. I think he plays better. I think the Pirates win tonight, but that line's a little low for me.
Well, I agree with that. I think the Pirates probably should be 10 to 15-point favorites in this game tonight. I think you and I talked about it a week or so ago about it's going to take them a few games to gel.
Yeah,
they've been practicing against each other, but when you're out there against somebody else, it's totally different. And got to hand it to Charleston Southern the other night. You know, they played well. They had a lot of.
Wait, you talking about the football game or South Carolina State the other night?
South Carolina State, whoever they are, they're from the southern part of South Carolina, you'll be okay. Once it's over with, I can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning, so we're good.
Yeah.
But yeah, South Carolina State, excuse me, Mr. Politically Correctness guy.
Well, I like to get teams' names right on the show.
I don't care. But anyway, we won, and that was a big thing. And, you know, I really think that over the next 3 or 4 games, you're going to see the Pirates start to play more and more together as a unit. And it takes a little time, and I think once you get Tabs in and, you know, you get R.J. Felton in the game a little bit, and, you know, I think you're going to see some different dynamics that you haven't seen on the court. But it is going to take a little time, and hopefully the Pirates can win the games if they do that. And as conference season starts to roll around in a month or so, they'll be a much different team than you see right now.
Morris Anders joining us on the Fixed NC Live line today. Brandon Johnson, Morgan, is usually when you say like gritty, gutty, you know, you're talking about a little guy who likes to get into the mix. He's a big guy that will get on the floor, that will dive on loose balls, take charges. He also can get rebounds and score. He had 9 and 11 the other night, I believe. He had a double-double, I believe.
I think he had a double-double.
Yeah.
I think he had 2 double-doubles. Him and Vance both had double-doubles.
How about him as a freshman to provide some instant energy? And I think he's going to be a player, Morgan. He was fun to watch the other night.
I really enjoyed watching him. I noticed him at practice last 2 times I'd gone out there and watched.
Yeah.
Was talking to Coach Dominguez about him. And, you know, the thing is, yes, he's a freshman, but he did play junior college last year. I think it was Brunswick Community College.
Right.
We're down that way. And so he's not a true freshman out of high school learning how to play college. He does have a little bit of experience, but he's got that body from a basketball standpoint. You look at it and you go, he's already playing well, and if we can keep him and develop him, he's got a chance to be something special. And I totally agree with you on that. It was exciting to watch. He hustled both ends of the floor and dove for a couple loose balls. And, you know, 6'8", 6'9" guy doing that's kind of rare these days.
It fires up your teammates. I know Joe Dooley and the coaching staff appreciate it, and we talked to Antoine Jackson a couple weeks ago, and he said that he probably annoys the other guys in practice because he goes so hard, Morgan. Did you notice that? Like, not everybody likes to give it 100 in practice, but according to a lot of people, yourself included, he is one of those guys.
He is, and it does feed off onto the other players, and that's the one thing I did notice watching some of the practices that I've been to is that there's not a lot of plays that players are taking off. You know, if there was a loose ball on the ground, those guys were diving after it. If there was, you know, a box out, I mean, they were boxing out very physically. You know, the other night it didn't necessarily seem that way maybe at times. It was sort of a little off-center maybe of where they wanted to go, and I think Coach Dooley put it best. He said there were some things that he saw tonight that he hadn't seen all preseason. And,
right.
You know,
and he doesn't want to see them again.
Yeah, he doesn't want to see anything, but then again, you the first time out against with fans in the stands, it's the first time in over a year you really had fans in the stands. It's just a different atmosphere, and it was a really good atmosphere to have the other night. I thought the crowd was great, and hopefully it'll be that way tonight.
JJ hit some big threes when the Pirates needed them, and hopefully his teammates will join in on that fun tonight when they play Canisius. Got Western Carolina coming up Sunday. Morgan, I don't know the answer to this. Are you in Memphis getting ready to go to the Liberty Bowl, or will you be in Minges tonight? Where is Morgan Ehlers?
Morgan Ehlers is in Greenville.
Okay.
I'll be in Minges tonight and Sunday. Have a wedding to DJ tomorrow at Richlands, so wasn't able to make the trip to Memphis this weekend, but we'll be watching it and listening to Jeff Charles and Kevin make the call, and watching it on ESPN as much as I can, ESPN Plus. The Pirates going to become bowl eligible tomorrow. Write it down.
Morgan, I'll give you a compliment. We'll get to football in a moment. I will jot that down. Pirates bowl eligible. You do a great job on the PA. You do a good job on the play-by-play as well, while contestants are doing silly events on the court in Minges, such as running and dribbling with pizza boxes, or that guy that really struggled with the puzzle the other night. I enjoy your commentary during those.
Well, it's hard sometimes to see, this when you're watching when the cheerleaders are right in front of you, but, sometimes you're just amazed at some of the athletic ability and some of these folks have. Not that I've got a ton anymore, but my man was sitting there trying to match cards on the phone. I guess it's like, what's that game, Concentration?
Yeah, well, it's a game. I remember playing that with my daughter as she was coming, like a memory drill type of thing. And
yeah,
I think she was better as a 2.5-year-old than that guy was the other night.
Well, he went around and started flipping the cards over, one, two at a time, and he went around in the circle. Then he started the circle again. I'm like, dude, I can't see what I'm doing. I know where 3 of the matches are.
Hey, look, when you're under the lights, it's just like the players, Morgan. It's a different atmosphere, man.
Different atmosphere, especially when you got a PA guy to, dude, match the cards.
Yeah, you were trying to give him some help, and did not, unfortunately. Morgan, the Pirates are trying to get to a bowl for the first time since 2014. Let's look back real quick. The offense, once again, we had another 100-yard rusher in Keaton Mitchell. Holton Ahlers, an economical game, didn't have to throw that much, had 3 touchdowns to 1 interception. So the offense did their part, and boy, did the defense do their part and more, allowing just 3 points on Saturday. That was some good complimentary football. Both sides of the ball looking good, and the first time we got a one we didn't have to worry about in the second half this year, Morgan. That was awesome last Saturday.
It was, and what was really cool about that game is that the weather was a factor, and in conversation all day long. It was overcast and cool. Really didn't start raining until late in the ball game, but the wind was really howling down there the other day. And then Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium, if you're down there on the field and the wind comes in through the Murphy Center end, it sort of just spins around the stadium. It's tough to play, and the Pirates have had 2 weeks of that. Tomorrow's going to be a nice day. And hopefully the Pirates can keep playing the way they're playing. You use the word complimentary. The defense is playing well. They're hitting a lot of people, and they're hitting them hard. And I think that's what's going to happen in Memphis tomorrow. They're just going to have to keep getting after them and keep confusing the offensive quarterback. You got a young quarterback in Memphis, and I think Coach Harrell's going to try to mix up things as much as he can to really, prevent him from getting into some sort of rhythm.
This was pointed out, I think, first by Tony Dunn last week with us, who was an ECU alum, a football fan watching games, but then also by the color analyst Kevin Monroe. They said that Holton throwing the ball in the rain in the South Florida game looked about as good as he has all year with the zip and putting it where it needed to be. And he had another pretty good game in, no rain conditions really, but wind conditions last week. So, Holton, when the rain and weather gets involved, you kind of worry about the passing game and quarterbacks, but he has seemed to kind of strive in that these past couple weeks, Morgan.
He's done very well. And, again, he'll be the first one to tell you, I think the line's played very well the last 2 weeks. He's had time to make the throws, time for the receivers.
That makes a difference. Yeah,
makes a big difference.
Yeah,
and I think all during some of the early games of the year that wasn't necessarily the case, but the line is playing better, And Memphis, I think it'll give them a good chance tomorrow to do the same. The offensive line to keep playing the same as they're doing and keep getting better. It's the same. If you go back and look at the last 2 years, it's the same story. The last 2 years, the Pirates, the offense has really come on late in the season, and that's what's going to happen for the last 3 games of this year, and then into the bowl game.
What bowl game? Is it? Where is it?
Sugar Bowl.
Which one?
Sugar Bowl. Sugar Bowl. Okay.
Yeah. Lots got to happen, but I'm not going to rule it out yet.
Bowl might be the powdered sugar bowl, but it's a sugar bowl.
Hell, we were going over scenarios the other day. Somebody brought it up on Facebook Live that if Houston loses to so-and-so and then SMU and ECU win, like East Carolina can somehow still make there'll be a tie for second in the AAC, and they'll have to use tiebreakers for the championship. So we're still thinking about playing in that game, right, in Cincinnati?
Well, we can't. Sure, I think it'd be awesome. I think the Pirates can. They're playing well, and obviously tomorrow, and you hear the guys talk about going 1-0, and that's what they have to do tomorrow. You can't let the what ifs of the world, because realistically, East Carolina, when they become bowl eligible, has no control over what bowl game they go to.
Yeah,
they've got absolutely no control. It's whatever the powers that be that run these things and how they filter out, and where they want to go and the tie-ins that they have. And you know what? Let's be real. If East Carolina goes to a bowl and it's the Morehead City Marlin Bowl, we'll be excited to go to Morehead City. So
sure,
there you go.
Let's do it. Morgan Ayler's joining us. Morgan, I regret to inform you that I did not watch Yellowstone. And now I'm a little concerned because I don't know how I can watch Yellowstone.
Well, I'm sure there was 2 episodes the other night.
Right.
So if you...
Maybe I can go to...
Well, you turn it on 6 o'clock on Sunday, put the football down.
Oh, they'll air the...
I'm sure they'll air the first 2 episodes at 6 and 7, and then the new one comes on at 8.
It's a weird deal streaming-wise. I'm doing a lot of streaming these days, and Peacock has the first 3 seasons, but they don't have the new season, so I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'm too sports oriented at this time of the year. But did you? Brian Bailey said it was good. There were some things that he thought were odd, but what was your overall rating of episodes 1 and 2, or the 2-hour episode?
I give them both 9s.
Okay, all right. I like it.
I like them. And I was talking with another friend of mine who watched it, and I'm not going to, since you haven't watched it, I'm not going to say anything. So
I do have a question. No spoiler for character, but was there a big character death? Can you answer that without saying who it was?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm intrigued now. I need to go figure out how to watch this. Okay. All right, Morgan, thanks for joining us, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. You guys have a great one, and as always, you guys are killing in the pre- and post-game tomorrow, and look forward to it.
Yes, sir. We'll be up 8 a.m., bright and early, on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. Thank you, Morgan. We will talk to you next week. Morgan Ayler's there. Yeah, we'll be with you at 8 a.m., and enjoying some awesome breakfast from CD's Grill. I keep bringing that up because that's kind of what I'm most excited about getting up for tomorrow.
Yeah, you're not a fan of now. You're a fan of 8 o'clock games when it comes to
getting home
at a decent hour.
Yes.
You're not a fan of having to get up this early in the morning.
I got to be honest. And I love talking football.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoy it when there's other games on. We got the scoreboard going. Shirley's keeping us updated. It's a lot of fun. But like 8 a.m. in the morning talking football, no live guest. Nobody really wants to join me that hour, even on the phone.
Yeah.
So that first hour really drags on.
Yeah, so having a little CD's Grill just kind of gives you a little bit of fuel for what you need to get through that first hour.
Once I get to about 9:30, I'm good to go then.
Oh, yeah, you're on cruise control at that point.
All right, let's...
I was going to say, are you going to take a break?
I don't know. What do you want to do? I
don't know.
I think we should open up the booty bag.
Really? This early?
I think it's 5:21.
All right.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
All right, here is the deal. 317-1250 is the number you need to know. Shirley will tell you what caller you need to be right now.
12.
And if you are caller 12, you will win a limited edition 12-pack Busch Light Apple, a Carolina Eagles shirt and koozies, and a large 2-topping pizza from Domino's. Free Beer Friday, brought to you by Bud Light. Every day is game day with an ice-cold Bud Light, or how about an ice-cold Busch Light Apple? Proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989, and the official beer of the ECU Pirates is Bud Light. We will make you a winner on a Free Beer Friday and talk to Brian North when we return. Get you ready for the football weekend. Back with you after this.
Why do I run? Is it because I'm driven? Because I love the challenge? God, no. I do it for the beer. If you're the kind of runner who does it for the beer, this summer you can get one on us with the Michelob Ultra Beer Run. Grab your run buddies and get out there, because this summer there's beer at the finish line. Sign up at ultrabeerrun.com and trade your miles for beer.
This year, US Cellular is making a big deal out of the holidays. You can choose any phone from any brand free. That's right, any phone you see in our store is free. And get unlimited data for our best price of the season. Just $30 a month per line with 4 lines. Feel the locally grown joy from US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Limited time offer. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
This is a public notice only at Discount Mattress and Furniture, 1501 Evans Street in Greenville. Every single item must be sold at pennies on the dollar. Up to 75% off mattresses, furniture, wall to wall. Only at Discount Mattress and Furniture. All wood chest, $99. Computer desk, $99. Nightstands, $49. Dinette sets, table and 4 chairs, $199. Chairs, end tables, coffee tables, $20. Hurry, when it's gone, it's gone. Winning is not everything, it's the only thing.
Doesn't an amazing date night with amazing food sound great? Mark your calendars and make reservations today for Familia's wine tasting and small plates on Monday, November 15th. Tickets are only $40 and includes a special 5-course meal with wine pairings. Register now at familianc.com or call 689-6330. Kick back, eat, and enjoy yourself with a special date night at Familia on Monday, November 15th. Familia, Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College.
Hey, Pirate Nation. This is Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty. I've been in Greenville over 25 years. I'm a proud graduate of ECU. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, then give me a call today and let me help make your real estate process fun and easy. I keep it simple and explain the process every step of the way. My goals are your goals. There are no long-term contracts, and you always deal with me from start to finish. The right home starts with the right agent. Call me, Scott Harris, at 347-1857. Go Pirates!
If you live in eastern North Carolina, chances are you've heard of Riley's Army. Riley's Army started in 2008 and has provided emergency support to over 300 families who have a child with cancer. Join us on Sunday, December 12th at 2 p.m. at the Winterville Parks and Rec campus for the Santa Dash, benefiting kids with cancer and their families right here in our community. Bring a new, unwrapped gift for a Riley's Army family and help us give our families the Christmas they deserve. Register at runtheeast.com or call us at 252-481-4471. We can't do it alone. We need an Army.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Kyle Gaines from Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Not only will you feature a great selection of pre-owned inventory for sale, but we'll also buy your vehicle even if you don't buy one from us. Drive a little, save a lot. Give us a call and make a short trip to Washington and let us buy your vehicle today. It is totally worth it. We also service all makes and models at our state-of-the-art service department. Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram between Greenville and Washington, and WashingtonChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com. Remember, drive a little, save a lot. Go Pirates.
This is Tim Doust, ECU Football Special Teams Coordinator, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. It is the best place to watch your favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, along with sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. And congratulations to probably the luckiest guy on the planet, but Steve Hill.
Oh, my God.
Has won yet another free beef.
Free beef.
Free beef.
He said free beef.
I was trying to say free beer, and it just came out free beef.
Steve, we're just going to send you 7 pounds of random beef, and you can do whatever you want to with it.
Yes, it's
and
Free
beer
Beef
as well.
Friday.
Yeah.
But anyway, he is our big winner for Free Beer Friday.
Well, Steve is like, I know Troy talks about this a lot, and even my wife does the same. When the lottery hits a certain number, as if like winning the lowest amount of the lottery wouldn't be awesome. But like sometimes it has to hit a certain number for people to get interested and start playing.
Oh, yeah.
Steve is like that with the booty bag. He doesn't call on Monday.
Nope.
Or Tuesday. Not Wednesday. Never on Thursday. He only calls on Friday for the big prize, the Free Beer Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why you won't hear his name throughout the week during the month. You only hear it on Fridays, and somehow he called his shot last week, didn't win. But the second Friday of the month, he's a winner. And this was one of those days, Shirley, where the phone lines lit up.
Oh, yeah. They
we
were
even had people, the phone
calling
lines lit up after it.
Yeah.
But somehow Steve gets it.
He's got a stash now.
And I'm not talking about a Tom Selleck stash.
No.
Free beef for Steve.
Free beef.
Let's bring on Brian North. Brian, how you doing, buddy?
I feel like I'm like the consolation prize for all of this now. You can't have a winner, so let's bring in Brian.
Yeah, Brian North, he brings the beef. We know where the beef is when North is around. I don't know what that means. My heart is...
What's going on here?
My heart is full, and different things can do that at this stage in my life when Lily is kind of like struggling or struggles with a quiz and then studies hard and makes 100 on the test, and she's like super happy. It makes me proud and warms my heart. And then things like this can warm my heart. A picture of Gabriel Mikulus in Minges Coliseum from today warms my heart. I just saw that tweeted out by our buddies at the Sports Objective. Gabe Mikulus made his way from Argentina to East Carolina, is in town for the game tonight, and they have a picture of him with Joe Dooley, and he's on center court with his daughter. And Northeast Carolina, I've said this too many times, that it never feels like a program when it comes to basketball. It feels like different teams every year. But to see a guy from that far back returning and coming to the game makes me feel good inside. I was a big Gabe Mikulus, Errol Bing era fan of ECU basketball.
Yeah, Gabe used to bring it. Always good for a double-double and always had those crafty European moves. On the inside, he was back when guys were staying 4 years. And I think that's always been, we talk about this ad nauseum, it's just to have a program, you have to have guys who are part of the program for longer than 1 or 2 years. And with college basketball being the way it is right now, look, ECU's not the only program going through that, but they just have been unable to establish any of those traditions or any of those new ways to get it done. And you know, look, it's a long season. How you start is not how you finish a lot of times. And I know with the close game to South Carolina State, everybody's like, oh boy, here we go again. But we'll see how this team comes together a little bit. But this is the era we're in right now, is it's going to be these changing teams all the time. And it's just tough to get to know these guys and watch them develop because they're only here a year on average now. So we'll see. I mean, I'm still not into the basketball thing yet. Talk to me around.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have an idea.
I know. I was going to bring that up with you next. I know North's not in basketball mode yet. Too much football, other stuff going on. But and for some teams, like, I mean, ECU needs to beat Canisius tonight. I guess it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, but it matters to get off to a good start. But like these marquee games, Villanova and UCLA, 4 versus 2 tonight. Now, we probably won't remember who wins this game by, when March rolls around, but it is a marquee game. Tomorrow night, Gonzaga and Texas play. It's a great game, but doesn't really matter. So I'm into it as far as keeping up with, I'll flip over there, but as far as like putting importance on it, we're definitely not there when it comes to college basketball. So with that said, like, did you watch Duke the other night, Brian? Are you keeping up with North Carolina, NC State, anything at this point in the year?
Yeah, so as always, we always kind of focus on our local angle, and so I want to see if Dontrez Styles played for North Carolina the other night. Played very little as he's trying to work into their rotation. Curious about Hubert Davis, and how he's going to handle things. Curious about Coach K and, his last hurrah and how that's going, and John Shire's recruiting class. So I've been keeping check on the fringe stuff. NC State with Terquavius.
Baby T.
Smith, Baby T from Farmville Central and his great debut. And then they lost one of their stud players today, which will mean even more playing time for him coming up. So I'm keeping an eye on some of that stuff. Not the national teams per se just yet. And with the way college basketball is set up, the landscape, I couldn't even tell you who's supposed to be good and who's not this year because it changes so much now year to year.
Yep.
Even these one and done guys, it's hard to know who's even being successful at that or not.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, Gonzaga's going to be good because they still have good players coming back and they got the top freshmen, but we know they'll be good. We know the Blue Bloods, but then on the flip side, Penny Hardaway has never got to the tournament with his Memphis Tigers as a coach,
right.
And they are looked at to be, and they're ranked number 12, and really, I guess could be ranked higher because they brought in 2 of the top 5 recruits this year. So it's all to be determined with teams like that. You just don't know how they're going to gel or how they're going to be at the end of this thing. So It's going to be, we talked to Cy Seymour the other day, and Brian, I bet if you go back to 1987, you could tell me the roster of 40 college basketball teams. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And now, it'd be impossible for us to go through one roster. So you don't know, but Cy predicts that this is going to be another year where we have 8 or 9 number 1 teams during the year,
Probably. Yeah, of course, because of the instability and the not knowing and knowing how guys are going to gel together. Look, when I was growing up, it was almost scandalous that Michael Jordan left North Carolina a year early, right?
You say that, Brian? So my dad was a North Carolina fan, and I remember growing up, and I remember Clifford Rozier transferred from North Carolina to Louisville, I want to say. And you want to talk about scandalous, a transfer? What is going on with Dean Smith? They had a transfer in the program. It was a big deal to have a transfer. We have come a long ways from those days, Brian.
Now we ask guys, what's wrong with you? Why are you
staying in that situation? Yeah, right.
And look, we'll always harken back. When we grow up, we have an affinity of what we grew up with.
Sure.
And so I don't know how anybody can have an affinity for what's happening now with everybody being so transient. But, as fans, they like the name on the front of the jersey, and whoever fills it, they just go with it a lot of times. So I get it. It's just it's harder to follow along because if you're, like me now, a parent who doesn't get to watch as much, you kind of want to just tune in for that familiarity,
Yeah.
It's almost like Cam Newton never left.
Oh, yeah. That's a great segue there, Brian. Panthers fans are now, at least while they watch their crappy football team, will be like, hey, I remember that number 1 guy at quarterback.
So this is either going to be Liz Taylor getting married to the same guy for the 3rd time, or this is going to be just a huge train wreck that's going to happen here, and it's going to be an even worse breakup here at the end. But either way, it's great theater that the Panthers are producing right now, and I don't know what the outcome's going to be. But I don't know if I've ever seen a team where a coaching staff jettisoned one guy, but then brings him back later.
After replacing him with 4 different guys, just about.
Yeah, and it feels like it's been 5 years, but it's only been a season and a half. So it's been nuts of this whole process. And now, Cam was front and center of the media today doing the Cam thing, and I'm curious, did they even suit him up Sunday and put him in on some goal line packages, or how quickly this thing's going to go? Because quarterbacks aren't like you get traded in baseball and you just pitch, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to learn verbiage and plays, and
right.
Even though this is the coaching staff that ousted him, he has never really gotten the playbook with these guys. So it's just fascinating theater that's going on right now, and we'll see if it's a big train wreck or if it's the most brilliant thing we've ever seen.
All right, I don't want to overlook the Liz Taylor marriage reference there, Brian. I don't know if I quite understand that all. I kind of remember, but that was for you folks who are in the older crowd. That's good, Brian. I like that. Also,
now who had been married multiple times to the same person before? And Liz Taylor's the only one I can remember off the top of my head, but that just shows you my dementia's kicking in.
That's a great recall there. Ryan Meadows, he was in here the other day. They got a hitting clinic coming up with some great names in the world of baseball here in Eastern North Carolina coming up this weekend. But he said something the other day about how he likes to ask his kids, if you're down, 7-0, 13-0 in Madden, what do you do? Do you hit the reset button or do you play it out and try to come back? And his point being, he wants guys that are going to stick through it, go through adversity, fight back, all that. The Panthers did the video game reset button on this whole thing, and it is crazy the money they've spent. And I don't think it's been a ton of draft capital, but they have given up picks just to turn around and have this same guy back. It's quite comical.
Yeah, well, and I keep bringing up the dating reference. It's kind of like, okay, you broke up with somebody because you don't think it's working. You think there's something better out there.
Then you go out, hit the market, and realize, you're not getting many looks from good talent out there.
Right. And all of a sudden, the memories of why you broke up fade real quick, and you start remembering the good times. Like, oh yeah, so you go on back. So it's. It might be Sam Darnold might be on Tinder here pretty quick looking for a new team.
Hey, there's an up-to-date reference. Brian's got them all. That's good stuff there, Brian.
So but look, they didn't waste a lot of, a 6th-round draft pick on Sam Darnold, so they didn't invest a whole lot in him.
Yeah.
With Cam, it's money, but it's only for, this season, and then they can reevaluate. So they haven't mortgaged the future on these moves, at least. They've been safe with that. They can still draft a quarterback of the future in this next draft. So they've actually played it pretty smart with how they've dealt with their future draft picks and their future salary cap.
North, our Wake Forest Demon Deacons are no longer undefeated, but they are undefeated in conference play because college football and sports as a whole makes no sense at all. And Wake Forest and North Carolina played a non-conference game last week.
Correct.
Oh, boy. Huge one this week against NC State. So we knew the schedule gets stiffer for the Demon Deacons, but I'm into this. This is Saturday night in Winston-Salem. Winner is in the driver's seat to go to the ACC championship to maybe face Pittsburgh of all teams. But this is a big game. I mean, you think about Wake Forest regular season games, this one's got to rank up there as far, and I guess with last week as top 5, top 10 in at least the modern era.
How do I feel like that this can all still get screwed up and Clemson can somehow get in? Sitting there.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So just keep an eye on that as all these teams are going to beat up on each other these last couple of weeks.
And Dabo's going to be there at the end.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they'll be like, well, here we are back in Charlotte again. Hey, everybody. And then they'll beat Pittsburgh, and then, all chaos will reign loose. But now, look, Wake Forest controls its own destiny. Obviously, the national championship playoff stuff probably is out the picture now.
Yeah.
Lost, that non-conference loss to a conference team. But now they take care of these next 2 weeks are huge for them, right? You take care of business against the 2 contenders for your division title in NC State and Clemson, you win it. So and you're back in the championship game for the first time since the Jim Grobe era when they were not offensively inclined. So it's everything's still there in front of them for Dave Clawson except for the playoff picture. But I don't think anybody thought they were going to get in anyways because they weren't getting any national respect with that in that regard. So now they just focus on the ACC and it'll be interesting. It's defensively, they're really struggling right now, and so I see another high-scoring game with NC State this Saturday. It's going to be who blinks first.
Brian, I miss a lot of calls here trying to predict things, and I had already put one in the loss column for me when I said that Mack Brown returning to North Carolina was not going to work. Too old, out of touch, hadn't been in college football in a while. Not going to work. Quickly, I thought, well, I was wrong on that. He's bringing in these top whatever recruiting classes, their top 10 preseason, another loss for me. Well, not so fast, my friend, because it's not working, because they stink. They lost last night, and as I look at him standing in the pouring rain in some kind of camo North Carolina jacket, He looks miserable. Like, how long is Mac Brown 2.0 going to go in Chapel Hill, Brian?
Well, I think when he came back, we only thought maybe 3 years, 4 years with his age, and he's going to try and set up one of the assistants to take over. He was just trying to reestablish the program. Which, look, he's done it in classic Mac Brown vintage style, right? Ton of talent, but then just sometimes poor game management or unable to win the big games. And this year they've taken a step back, too, with just ton of talent out there that just – there's something just not meshing with that talent. It's just like a lack of leadership that's out there that's not getting them to be cohesive and, a few play calls. And then I think Sam Howell with that horrible offensive line, I think he's been stacked the most of anybody in the ACC this year.
I will say this too, Brian. They run him a lot. Like, he takes a beating out there on Saturdays.
I think he's starting to see ghosts out there. I think he's going through his reads because he knows he's going to get killed. And so I think one read, maybe two, and tuck and run because he's had success doing that. And so, but it is taking its toll on his body, I think, throughout the season. He took some shots in Pittsburgh last night.
Yeah, Brian, I wish maybe this number's out there with all the stat geeks, and I'm one of those geeks, but I wish somebody would put together like the ratio of draft picks in the NFL to like winning percentage in college, and like North Carolina has to be at or near the top of that list over these last 30 years, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, the number of people they've put in the pros is phenomenal. And you're talking not only when Mac was there for the first time, but Butch Davis.
Oh, yeah.
I think his whole entire defense, everybody got a shot in the NFL, the starting defense for a while, and a ton of guys on offense.
Yeah.
And then even John Bunting. John Bunting recruited a lot of those guys. Bunting was a good recruiter. And so it has never been a problem of getting talent to Chapel Hill. It's just a matter of finding that winning formula there. It's just been elusive. They've had some really good teams that have contended for ACC titles but fallen short. They just haven't been able to get over the top. But, you look at the overall winning percentage of UNC in the last 30 years is pretty good. They've only had a few bad years in there, but the talent they've put in the NFL is pretty amazing sometimes. So, and that'll continue. This is a talented team. There's a lot of NFL guys playing there. It's just something missing with whether it's the X's and the O's late or whether it's something about leadership and cohesion. There's something that's just been kind of missing for them.
Brian, a couple more minutes, I'll let you run. This is the first time we've been this late in the season where an ECU game has mattered in a long time, and people don't know how to act. And luckily, we have Troy D here at Pirate Radio to kind of set the tone for the Pirate Nation. Shirley, I want to play this for North. It's a little over a minute, Brian, but this is Troy telling Pirate Nation to calm down, relax. Let's 1 week at a time. That was Troy on Monday. On Wednesday, he was talking about how huge this is for East Carolina. So these are clips from 2 different days, 2 days apart, Monday and Wednesday. Troy arguing with Troy. Let's hear that real quick, Troy.
But I'll say this, man. Kind of like I've said this earlier in the year. Sunday I had friends calling me and contacting me. Which bowl do you think we're going to? Let's make our plans now. I'm like, first of all, here's my thing. Calm down, everybody. Take a deep breath. Geez, after a 7-year drought, that's something to be proud of around here.
It is.
I would think you'd want to embrace it and talk about it, right? There's a lot of football yet to be played. Let's take it one game at a time and evaluate it at the end of the season. It is a big deal because it hasn't happened in so long here that it would be, and we're on the verge of it happening. It wasn't like this is the first press conference of the year. We're at the week where this could happen this week. It could happen Saturday. Now, I want us to be at a bowl, but I think let's just slow down, calm down, and let's just get one more win. First of all, everybody within this fan base and everybody that's a Pirate supporter so hungry for success and wanting to at least get bowl eligible this year. I want to be even keel. I would think you'd want to embrace it and talk about it, right? Calm down. This could happen this week, but I got to tap the brakes a little bit. And you know me, usually I'm the one that's going nuts. Take a deep breath. I feel I've been consistent this year.
My favorite part's the end. He's consistent Troy D. I don't know if you agree with Troy or Troy, Brian, but either way, East Carolina 1 win away from going to a bowl.
He's like that Batman Two-Face guy. Right? I mean, arguing with his the whole time. So.
Hey, we don't know how to act, Brian. We hadn't been in this situation in a while,
How Troy has not gotten to politics a lot sooner with the flip-flopping he does is amazing. So, look, he's both right.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing, too, right? Like, I get both sides of it.
Okay. So what happens if ECU goes 0-3 down the stretch here and doesn't make a bowl?
Oh, God.
Here and go. But I think we all sit here and go, well, they're trending in the right direction. I mean, the eyeball test tells you they're better, and they're there, but they just missed out. Okay, next year's going to be better. But at the same time, now that you're this close, you want it.
Yeah.
There would be a bad taste, but when you took the overall picture, what is a bowl game going to do for this team at this point? Because they're trending in the right direction. It gets them 2 weeks of extra practice and notoriety. But will the program look a lot different next year if they don't go to a bowl game this year? So, I think when you just look at the overall trend, you like where it's going. A bowl game would be a great bonus. I think it would be disappointing at this point if they didn't get there, but I don't think it would mean the program's going to go back to 1-10 next year by any means. I mean, I think they're going that direction. So, look, you want that reward, but I don't know if not going. Like in 2015, they didn't get to the bowl game. What happened? They go 5-7. They were offered a bowl game.
Yeah.
Ruffin McNeil just let go unceremoniously. They were trending in the wrong direction. This team is trending in a positive direction, whether they go to a bowl game or not this year.
Well, I hear you, Brian, and you have a lot of chatter going on with you with all the girls in the house. But as the host of the fifth quarter caller, we have to get to 6 wins. All that stuff you said sounds nice, but I can't take it if they don't close this thing out with a win.
Look, it's a beauty contest at this point. I agree. But you've got 2 road games, right?
Yeah.
Against, really, it comes to Memphis. I think you've got to win Memphis because you don't want to go to Navy where you've had a bad history and not win that.
Yeah.
And then you've got Cincinnati at home. So
Yeah.
it really comes down to if you're going to get that 6th win, you better get it this week.
Tomorrow's huge.
Cherry on top.
Absolutely. Brian, you going to be up tomorrow morning? Can we lob you a phone call sometime?
Oh, yeah. I'll be middle of my day at that point.
Well, yeah, you might be knocking out.
I'll be welcoming the respite of... excuse me, honey. Yeah, I got to go outside for a minute.
We'll try you in the 11 o'clock hour, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, that'll be perfect.
What games, what are the big ones tonight, Brian, you'll be keeping an eye on? High school football, round 2 of the playoffs on the Blitz.
We're really excited about 2 traditional powers meeting for the first time in Wallace Rose Hill at West Craven. That's classic offense versus defense. We're super pumped about that one. We think that Terry Sanford J.H. Rose game is going to be a good one. Fayetteville, hard-nosed football against that Rose, get out and run after you, get on the outside. We think that's going to be a good game. John Paul trying to win the 8-man state championship. 3 years into starting football is a big one we're keeping an eye on. New Bern will have its hands full with Rollsville. That's a team that averages 44.5 points against that Bears defense. They gave up 49 last week, which was an anomaly, so we'll see if that continues. Kinston at Princeton. Not only does it rhyme, it's 2 high-scoring teams. It could be fun. Clinton at East Duplin, traditional rivalry. West Carteret playing its second-round playoff game at home for the first time in their history, which seems crazy. And the team they're playing is Scotland, whose head coach used to go to East Carteret, and the last time he played on the West Carteret field was 1985, and they won the Mullet Bucket.
Wow.
There's a lot of cool things going on here tonight.
Love that. Love the background stories. Great stuff, North. Enjoyed the chat today, man. Have a great weekend. We'll check in with you for a few minutes, get some final thoughts on ECU Memphis tomorrow during the Bud Light pregame tailgate.
All right, sounds good, Clipper.
Thank you, Bud. There's Brian North joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Let's take our final break. We'll come back and take a look at the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Da Buck. Got Pirate Hoops tonight. Let you know what else is going on this busy Friday evening of sports. Kimball Walker back in Charlotte tonight as well. We'll get you set for your sports Friday night and weekend after this.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers through the year of COVID. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Cadillac. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get a 2021 Cadillac CT5 for 0.9% for 72 months, plus $500 off. And as always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Eastern North Carolina's choice for window tinting, signs, graphics, wraps, graphic design, and more is Signs and Tint. Signs and Tint is family owned and operated right here in Greenville, and their NC licensed electricians specialize in vehicle wraps, paint protection film, and more. They can even do building signs for your business. Signs and Tint offers 10% off for military and first responders. Also, make sure to mention Pirate Radio at checkout for a discount. Stop by their office today at 801 Staten Road or visit them online at signsandtint.com.
Hello, this is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now's the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage at historically low rates. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250, Equal Housing Lender.
Burgers, wings, hand-cut, hand-breaded chicken tenders, fresh salads, and cold beer is the starting lineup at Tiebreakers and has been keeping customers happy for 20 years. Tiebreakers family atmosphere is the perfect place to come watch your favorite team play while enjoying a great lunch or dinner. In a hurry or looking for catering options? Get Tiebreakers to go. That now includes the new curbside pickup by ordering online at tiebreakersnc.com. Tiebreakers.
They say time heals all wounds. Unless it's your home air conditioner. If your AC looks bad or sounds even worse, time is not on your side. But there is hope. Delcor is looking for the oldest working home AC system in Eastern North Carolina. The winner will get a brand new trade unit valued at over $5,000. Go to DelcorInc.com by December 15th to submit your entry. Brought to you by Delcor, the service professionals, and Train. It's hard to stop a train.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
It's Bostic Sugg Furniture's 84th anniversary. Since 1937, Bostic Sugg has built a legacy based on quality furniture, value, and exceptional customer service. Get anniversary savings up to 15% off store-wide, plus 6 months special financing on brands like Lazy Boy, Kincaid, Rowe, Bassett, and more. Plus, for a limited time, get local delivery for only $19.37. Wake up to a whole new you and enjoy 72 months special financing on a new Serta or Restonic mattress now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Pirate Radio is the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Taking a quick look at your stock market report. It was a good day to close out the week. The Dow was up 179 points at 36,100. NASDAQ was ahead 156 at 15,860, and the S&P was up 33 at 4,682. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back in the PRL. Here's Clip Rock.
All right. Congrats to Sam Nairn, a legendary last name around these parts. And
part of the legendary Nairn name.
He has been promoted to a position with the Nationals now. He's the pitching coordinator for the Washington Nationals. We've had Sam on the show, and we'll probably talk to him in the coming months because Ryan Meadows and company will have a Down East pitching clinic coming up, Down East Baseball Pitching Clinic, and Ryan has the hitting clinic this week with some great names helping out, and Sam Nairn has been a part of that in the past, so if he's available, he may be again, and we'll get him on the show and talk about his new role with the Washington Nationals. Coming up tonight on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard, the Pirates and Canisius will go at it. Oh, dear. That line is down to 4.5. So that's a lot lower than I was expecting. East Carolina a home favorite tonight, but not by much. That one's going on at 7 o'clock. Kemba Walker returns to Charlotte tonight. The New York Knicks will be at the Spectrum Center taking on the Hornets. Knicks a narrow favorite in that one. That's coming up at 7 o'clock. The Hurricanes are in action tonight. Is that my phone or your phone?
No, that was my phone, stupid thing. I was trying to do something else.
Hurricanes playing tonight at home against the Philadelphia Flyers. That game coming up at 7 o'clock. Top 25 basketball. Jaden Gardner's Virginia Cavaliers trying to make up for what happened the other night when they lost to Navy. They take on Radford at 7 o'clock. Duke plays Army at 7 o'clock tonight. Ohio State at home against Niagara at 7. Kentucky hosting Robert Morris at 7 o'clock. There's a couple of good games tonight, SMU and Oregon, and they're both late night, so I'll probably miss them tonight. SMU, Oregon, that's at 11 o'clock. At 11:30, you have number 4 versus number 2, Villanova and UCLA. So that's going on tonight.
At UCLA. That's why it's so late.
West Coaster, yep. And college football tonight, Cincinnati trying to stay perfect. They're big favorites on the road at South Florida. Wyoming is at Boise State. By the way, Cincinnati, South Florida kickoff in 3 minutes. That's a 6
as a matter
o'clock
of
start
fact, I
time.
just saw something. Let me see if I can find it here. That one of Cincinnati's starters is out for the game. Let me see if I can find it here. I think it was correction. Jerome Ford, which is their running back, he is dressed tonight, and he's a game-time decision in terms of he had an ankle injury, and he was questionable for this game. So, but it looks like it's going to be a game-time decision.
And they need to make that in a hurry because it's about to kick off.
Yeah.
Weird 6 o'clock start time on a Friday.
That is weird.
For Cincinnati and South Florida. Shirley Rhodes will be with you early morning on Saturday.
I will be here. I guess the streak starts over.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
I guess I got you beat now.
Yeah.
So technically everybody does.
Yeah, technically everybody has me beat, unfortunately. No, not Chandler. Well, yeah.
Yeah, he's got more than you.
Yes, Chandler's even beating me.
Wes Hines is beating you.
I was hoping that by calling into the post-game show I could hang on to my streak, but that's just not how that works, so unfortunately.
Will you be playing any classical music tomorrow morning?
That would be a big fat negative. I had no idea that this was going on until you brought that up, and then I was like, as soon as I heard the music, I immediately knew what the music was.
Yeah, it was a segment we did last year
called Masterclass Theater
during the COVID year, just trying to figure it out. I don't know. Oh, well, we started it with that random FCS game.
Because we
were learning about Austin P and
Steve. No, it wasn't Stephen S.
Central Arkansas or something.
Yeah. It was some random game.
But anyway, it stuck with us throughout the season where you would just give facts about the opposing team.
Right.
And then Wes used it as like pump up bumper music, and it just didn't work out.
It just went sideways from there.
But we appreciate him filling in last week.
I do, and I thank him for filling in for me when I was being held out for concussion protocol. Because, like I said, I was looking for my helmet, doggone it, and I was going back into the game, and they took my helmet.
They hit it. All right, well, Shirley will be here tomorrow, as will I, Chan Man, and the Game Day crew, and you'll be here with us, too, and we're looking forward to a fun day of Pirate football starting at 8 a.m. Saturday morning on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. We'll talk to you Monday at 3 for an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate